I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
They just finished the combat. And I haven't changed
I was
it
like, there's a dog. There's a huge ass dog.
There's a big dog.
Love that dog.
This fucking map. God damn it. No, I won't be on this
That
goddamn
dog.
map. Oh,
My dog don't bite. Yes, he does.
This is Grail
Have
Dream
it
Sequence.
now.
He's got Grail Dream
yeah,
Sequence.
fuck
fuck the dog
dog
off.
in
it.
Oh God, we're live.
Yes,
Sin, you didn't tell me we were live. How did
I
you do
said
this to me?
6 minutes, and that was 6 minutes
Sen.
ago on the diet.
Can I pet that dog?
Yeah.
Can I pet the dog, please?
Pet the dog. I mean, if you find a dog, you can pet the dog. If you
Okay,
can find a dog.
next. This whole episode, we're gonna find an adopted
next
dog.
mission. Find and adopt a puppy. Got it.
You've spoken this into existence, then.
It doesn't even have to be a puppy, to be honest. Like, I would take a full-grown dog.
I mean, this boyo is about 9 feet tall on all fours, if I recall correctly.
Honestly, Mel does
dog.
need an ultrally large dog. I think it fits her aesthetic really well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was
Like
gonna
a
say, I
big
feel
old
like that might be
Doberman?
the only animal other than his horse that Grail would adopt.
Okay, so we're in agreement then.
Wait,
we need to
Grail's
find
a horse
dog.
girl?
Great. What's up?
Confirmed.
Technically, he
Alright,
knows
y'all hurt
fine
me
steed,
sometimes.
so yes.
Fine steed.
Anyways, greetings, dear spirits, and welcomes to the Tables of Tartarus, a division of Purgatory Corner, where fate is bound by dice and stories are carved into eternity. I am your storyteller, Sinspeaks, and today we are going to continue the tale of King's Kindness. Take your seats at the table and let the threads of destiny unravel before you. Every story belongs somewhere, and here your next chapter begins. If I sound very tired, it is because I am tired. Unfortunately, the insomnia is a bitch, and it catches up to me a lot. This is about the giant mastiff Ruby Friender yesterday. Yes, it is. If you guys have not checked out the players before, here are all the players who stream on the channel. Absolutely go check them out. Callista will be joining us a little bit later. She has some IRL stuff keeping her busy at the moment. And if you guys want to check out the characters, you guys can obviously go with that as well.
Actually, that's a better pin.
Oh, natural one. Oof. All right. Thank you, Wazzy. So last episode, my brain is blanking for the most part, aside from you stealing a chair. Mel, if you'd like to do a recap, because you
Yeah,
were
okay.
very
So,
prominent for us.
thankfully, my mind is a steel trap when it comes to anything D&D related for some reason. It's definitely not the autism.
Yeah,
Anyway.
definitely.
So we started off the session by getting a level up. So we went to level 6. Mel healed Damien using necrotic magic, which is good because the alternative was him dying to necrotic magic, which no bueno. Then we collectively, using the rat and also Mel's divination abilities, tracked down Mansa in his secret lair. We discovered that Mansa was in league with Lord Moraine, who is a prick. We tracked down Mansa, we confronted him, Grail and Ortis kicked in a massive stone door, then fucking, who was it? It was Grail cut a body in half that Mansa threw at him, one half smacked into Callista. Shocking.
Yeah.
Then Ortis, Grail, Mel, and technically Callista was involved in this, I think. Proceeded to beat the ever-loving shit out of Mansa repeatedly.
Callista was reviving him
was trying to
as he
keep
was
him
dying.
alive,
Honestly, just torturing him
like,
more at that point.
5 to 10 minutes. Mel got some information out of him. We got evidence of collusion between Mansa and Lord Moraine, and there was something about black goop. I don't remember specifics, but the evil black goo. Oh no. We decided to travel back to the tavern that we've been staying at recently to rest, recuperate before going to confront Lord Moraine. I believe, was it this session that Grail and Ortis got like super wasted?
Yeah.
Yes, it was. Yeah, they got super
They get
wasted.
wasted every session.
They do. That's what's making it confusing for me. So Grail spilled his guts to Soft Hands about his whole like backstory and everything and his trauma instead of seeing like a therapist. Ortis, I believe, was cognizant enough to be witness to this, but like
I
didn't do much about it.
And will literally lead a revolution against the government than go to therapy.
Right.
I mean, isn't that just self-care? If you think about it, that's pretty therapeutic.
Yeah.
that's very
yeah.
Honestly,
therapeutic.
so real,
Down
so
with
validating.
capitalism. Then after that, we had. Oh, I need to leave that open. Actually, we had. Penny went upstairs first. Then it was Mel and Damien and Callista, and then I believe it was Ortus and Grail last.
Mhm.
Penny tried to see whether Mel was awake. She was, because she's always awake. She never sleeps. She knows what you're doing. So Penny
Knows if you've been
He's
bad or
making
good.
a list and checking it
She is
twice.
Yeah.
excuse me, checking it thrice.
Ooh.
I see what you've done there.
Yeah. So, because Mel followed Penny, who made another deal of sorts with the collector or the dealer. It's the dealer, isn't it? It's the dealer. Yeah.
Yes, the dealer.
And went to see our dear friend Greg, who she attempted to kill but failed thanks to the agreement between the two of them. And then she sent Greg on a mission to find her parents. She went back. Meanwhile, Mal, having seen that she was meeting up with the dealer, was like, she's probably safe, and went to catch up with our good friend Lord Moraine, who she quite innocently made several requests, and he was very accommodating.
It was very normal, if you think about
Yeah,
it.
it's so normal. The
normal.
most normal. After that, she then decided that, you know what, actually, no, that chair is mine now. And so she spent a solid 4 hours dragging that chair back to the inn. And I think that's where we ended off.
Yeah, so you
I think that's everything that happened.
pretty
Well,
much. It's
no,
actually very
because
impressive.
then
Right. Then Penny went to Mel because she wanted to learn about the scent magic that Mel does, but she can't learn that because of course she can't, because it's Fae nonsense. And that upset her, and then Mel revealed that she followed Penny because, the truth will set you free. And that resulted in Penny storming out, which I believe is where we left off.
Yes.
Grr.
Yeah, you essentially you really did spend 4 straight hours pulling a single goddamn chair back home.
My chair, yes.
And then Damien helped you by shrinking it down with enlarge reduce. And then
so.
yeah, you guys put it into your room, re-enlarged it, just kind of moved it into a better place. Well, I guess you guys just yeeted the other chair out the window or some shit. Not sure what you guys
There's
did with the
room
other
for
chair.
several chairs.
Yeah, you guys do what you want with the other chair. It really is your room at that point. But you were doing all this. Then Damien went, I think, back to their room. While Penny had kind of tried talking to you guys for the most part, if I recall correctly. And then yeah, she was trying to learn how to do the magic scent trick, which obviously she can't learn. Didn't work. And then learned the truth. Then she stormed out very loudly, mind you. It was, let me see if I can do my mental mathematics correctly while I'm tired. It was about, I think, 1 a.m. or so.
It was definitely night.
Yeah, it was about 1 a.m. or so. By the time all of this had happened. So obviously everyone is decided to continue sleeping as well. Currently, with the exception of Damien, who went out to try to find out what happened to Menope. As yeah, essentially, Damien, you just hear from outside the room after helping Mel and stuff, just a little bit of yelling between the two of them, and then just very loud storming out the room essentially.
So Damien he is gonna kind of poke his head out the door once he hears the storming out. Does he catch the tail end of Penny leaving, or?
You would probably see her at the bottom of the stairs right before she turns.
Okay.
She's quick.
She's quick. So did she close Mel's door, or is that still open?
I assume still
Slam the
open.
door. Okay. So Damien's gonna go over to Mel's room and poke and gently knock on the ajar door and poke his head in.
Sorry.
Just
Sorry.
there dying a little bit, just like,
I say.
well done, young chap.
So he. I have the giggles, thank you. I can't do Damien while I have the giggles. Giggles. Oh my god.
The jiggles.
Cat.
Giggle physics.
Giggle diggles. Okay, let me. Fuck.
Damn
it!
I have
Stop.
faith in you. You got this.
Okay. Is everything okay? What's going on? I heard a commotion.
Oh yes, no. Penny needed some space.
At 1 a.m.
Listen, sometimes the truth stings more than you expect it to.
Well, I guess I'll go check on her. Are you okay?
I'm fine. Yes.
All right. Well,
Look, sometimes I forgot that she's still so young. Children, really.
yeah, yeah. Well, it's like that, I guess. All right. Well, good night.
Good night.
See you in the morning.
I'll
And then
see.
he's
Yes.
gonna turn and start trying to follow after Penny.
Fair enough. As you pretty much go down, exit the room and all that, everyone else either in deep sleep or desperately attempting to get some level of sleep. You walk outside. I would not say it would probably be very difficult to find her stuff. I severely doubt Penny you'd be like hiding your tracks or anything like that in your current state of mind. So
Should
yeah,
I roll some sort of a check to see if I can follow after her, or should we just say that I'm able to?
Let me just check your skills real quick. No, you have proficiency in survival. No, you'd be able to find her easily.
Okay. So I will, I guess, start tracking the way that she's gone.
Only takes you probably a couple minutes after her, but you are able to find her tracks relatively easily. After a couple minutes, you realize, yeah, she definitely like ran into these woods. She
Like
probably is hiding in one of the trees somewhere, if you had to assume.
Don't like that. Penny, are you out here?
Penny stays quiet if she hears.
All right. I'm gonna try to find her.
All right. Feel free to roll a survival check, and we'll see how well you do. And I have Penny roll stealth against it.
Okay.
Would it be like okay?
Let's go.
All right.
Well, why is there? Wait, who's the yellow?
The yellow.
Oh, you have.
Yeah. That's Penny's dice.
When did you get +2? I'm so confused. Why was there like 5 dice rolled just then?
What?
I
Oh,
saw
yeah.
3 d20s get rolled.
Where'd you see 3? Best you should have seen 2. For anyone who hasn't already, if you go into...
Thing is broke. I think the thing is broke.
I only saw 1, but yeah, if you go to your game settings, configure settings, you can either turn off DDD dice, render dice, or you can turn off dice so nice 3D settings, enable 3D dice. You can turn off one of those two, and it will make it so it won't display that on your screen. It'll still show it on my OBS, thankfully, but make it so it won't double up anything for you guys. Okay. It's time to dice. So yeah, you're like wandering around a little bit, trying to find pretty much anything about her. You know she's in this forest for sure, based on her tracks and stuff like that. But she's like definitely moving around and stuff. She's definitely keeping quiet. So you're not able to find her exactly.
Okay. I'm gonna stop and lean against like the near tree and like kind of sigh. Ba-dum-bum-bum.
Have I heard him get closer?
Oh yeah, 100%.
I've called out a couple times. Like I'm
Mhm.
looking like I sound worried too.
Then I'm invisible.
Okay, cute. Yes, invisibility. Got you.
Yep.
Whoosh.
Cool. I'm gonna cast detect magic.
Ooh, interesting. Okay. Let me
Because
just-
I know that I've detected her magic before, and that
Mhm.
she is very, like, just as an aura has a magic to her.
Yeah. Within 30 feet of you, so especially as you like wander around and your habit of tracking as well, you would definitely be within 30 feet of her at some point.
Okay.
So you would definitely be able to find her with that.
Okay. So I find her. Is she like up in a tree, or is she just behind a tree? What's going on?
I
Wait,
assume
what was
Penny
the
you would want to
question?
be.
I found you. Yeah. So like
Yeah, are you up a
we're
tree or behind a tree?
I am up in the tree, like her back is against the trunk and her feet are kind of out on the branch.
okay. So
She
I'm gonna
looks
go right
kinda
up to that
comfy.
tree, and I'm just gonna kind of sit down against the bottom of it
Mm.
and kind of sigh. I will not reveal that I know where she is now.
Okay.
Super still.
Cool. Cool.
I sure hope Penny is all right.
He's just internally freaking out, trying to figure out what to do.
He takes a moment and he sighs really heavily. And I'm going to. Sorry, I'm like looking at my stuff.
Oh no. So Penny still has, oh my goodness, the holy water flask that Damien gave her, and she's just gonna like open it and dump it on him.
Oh no.
Oof.
Go ahead, DM.
I try and remember. Have we decided if holy water hurts half vampires?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So that would 100% hurt. Do we have a
How much?
ruling on
I don't think we
number?
determined, but
It's just a flask, so I would probably say we'll go with basically half a healing potion, so 1d4 plus 1.
For me?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, 1d4 plus. That's not 1. There we go.
Jesus.
Huh.
So
What
you feel like you hear like a not cork pop, but you hear essentially a flask opening, and then you feel first like droplets on your back, and then a severe stinging sensation as holy water is just poured down on top of you. It's smoking off of your skin.
yeah, he definitely yelps in pain and kind of tries to stumble away. And kind of pretty much walks into the next tree and like kind of hits like runs over in a little bit of panic.
Just
Okay. Fantastic. This is where Penny jumps down
Mm-hmm.
and casts darkness and runs away.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, so you effectively, since you have detect magic on,
Dark vision, so it doesn't really do anything for me.
yeah, and
Or
that
unless it does.
the amount of magic in the air effectively blinds you, because you're not able to track her signature at this point because everything around you is darkness, is magic. So effectively, she just blinded you with magic more than she did darkness.
Got you. Cool. Cool.
And yeah, she I'm assuming she just walks away at that point.
Damn.
Double time.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
Oh, I need
She'll
to.
yell back over her shoulder because it's just darkness. It's not like he can't hear her. She'll
Yeah.
be like, just leave me alone.
I'm sorry.
Oh, poor boy.
I feel bad too, man.
Poor boy. All right.
All right. Well, then he's gonna wait for the. I guess he's gonna. Is it like I can't see anything with the darkness, or?
No, it's like essentially
It's 15.
you're seeing like of just a flash of magic, and I assume you would turn off your detect magic.
Yeah, I
so
would
you're-
turn off my
yeah.
detect magic.
So yeah, you'd be able to see. Since it is
Okay.
magical darkness, is a little bit harder to see for you. But it's not that much harder to see than most of the area around you.
A
Plus, you know
creature
the woods
with dark
relatively well.
vision can't see through the darkness, and
Yeah.
non-magical
Yeah,
light can't illuminate.
Okay, so I can't see.
Yeah,
Cool.
darkness. The spell prevents anything except for like this one specific warlock ability,
Mhm.
and that's true sight.
Oh,
Other
okay.
than that, you basically can't see, and blind sight, obviously. But
Cool.
In that case, yeah, you're
So I'm just
completely
gonna.
blind.
You just gotta pick a direction.
Uh,
It's only a 15-foot radius.
Yeah, he's just gonna sit at the base of the tree it was in and wait it out. Because he just got doused by holy water and is in extreme pain.
My
Hi, the
arms.
person playing Penny. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. You're good. You're good.
Right, cool. After
So after he will
mhm.
he's gonna actually take out some of the rations that he has
Mhm.
and leave them there and go back.
Aw.
He's worried
Wow.
that she hasn't eaten in a day too. So, but
That's so
he
sweet.
definitely goes back to the tavern.
Mhm.
And is Callista still in? Callista's asleep on the bed, or is she asleep on the floor?
Should probably be asleep on the floor.
Okay. He's gonna kind of go. He's gonna go back, and he's gonna curl up in his bed.
Yeah, fair. All right. So yeah, you're gonna just kind
I
of
don't
lay
know.
down.
I feel like
Hmm?
would, because Mel is still awake. Mel's the only one that's awake.
Yeah.
Would she smell his burnt skin as he comes back?
Almost certainly, yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, he's gonna head for his room, and I don't know if she reacts to the smell of burning flesh, but yeah, there you go.
Mel.
yes, sorry. I thought a perception check was pertinent to see whether or
You know
not
what?
she acts.
Like,
Jesus
you know,
Christ,
She-
Mel.
She might have missed it. She didn't.
I like the idea that this could be flavored as not that you are exceptionally perceptive, but that anybody in the tavern can smell the smell of burnt flesh.
yeah, if they were awake.
All right, let me check one thing.
Mhm.
Gael may have noticed this even in his sleep normally, but he is absolutely passed out from getting drunk. He is completely plastered.
All right, Mel.
He's like, smells good.
Mel will like make her way over to where the smell
Gross.
is.
Mhm.
Did
So
Damien
he's-
close the door?
No, I'm assuming like he's getting up the stairs at this point.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Mel will. I need line of sight. Okay, but we can't be seen doing it because that would be.
His hair is
Mel
like
is-
dripping, and his like he's got it's. Yeah.
Mel is going to pull out a pocket mirror and use that to get line of sight on Damien without Damien seeing Mel, because
Okay.
the spell requires line of sight, and then I will toll the
Jesus
dead
Christ!
Damien to heal
Beating
him.
the fuck out of. Oh, you're healing him. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to poke around and be like, "Bading, take some more damage, bitch."
Let me
No.
annihilate you from the far left side here.
So it is 2d12.
Mm-hmm.
Because technically Damien is hurt.
Yep.
It's oh Jesus Christ.
And then Mel will like close the door stealthily and pretend it wasn't her, even though it's literally only possible.
Is this the toll the bells?
It's
Mhm.
Toll the Dead, yeah.
Okay, he flinches at the sound of the bells and the clawing and shit, but
But it heals him, yeah.
yeah. Thank you.
Mel doesn't say
And-
anything. She's content to just let it be.
Yeah, he's gonna go curl up in bed and be sad boy and
No.
Do a
have
psycho
nightmares
level.
apparently. Come on, dream sequence. Let's see what this is about.
Yeah, dream sequence.
Oh, I got some good shit for you guys today, so it's gonna be interesting. Does anyone have a preference on who goes first in the dreams?
Not it.
Penny is
No,
just
thank
trying
you.
to find a really like secure place.
Mhm.
Pretty far away now. So I don't know. She wouldn't even be asleep right now.
Fair enough.
Ortus
just
and
talk
Grail
about
are the ones that
Damien,
are
so why not
asleep
Damien?
first.
What
I'm
was
sorry?
that, Grail?
I was saying we were just talking about Damien, so why not continue with Damien?
Yeah,
If
that's
you
true.
guys want to, if that's I don't okay.
I
do
feel like
that.
that's pertinent.
Okay.
All right, fair enough. All right. So, and just for I suppose clarification for all the viewers and stuff like that. So the way that I do some level ups, not all of them, but some, usually pertinent level ups or pertinent story based level ups and stuff like that, is I usually have some kind of a dream sequence, or I have some kind of in-world thing that ties you to that level up in some way, shape, or form, usually relating to your backstory, relating to your future, relating to your class, or relating to something pertinent or information that you have. I like to play around with these. I like to have a lot of fun with them. Most of the time, my players don't know jack shit that's going to happen. So it's really fun to play around with it. So if you guys are like watching this in the future and you're like, what the fuck is he doing? Trust me, even I don't know half the time. So we're gonna be playing around with it a little bit. But so you go into your bed, you curl up into your tiny little ball. And sleep is hard to get, but especially now having a little bit of healing from, not dying at this stage in time, you are kind of not, I suppose, not feeling restful, but eventually sleep does slowly take you. Probably takes you a little bit, but especially with Callista under you, under the bed, I should say, just kind of like soft breathing. It essentially just lulls you into just a calm state until eventually sleep takes you.
Gotcha.
As sleep takes you is a very weird feeling. You're used to
I
most.
also did sorry, real quick.
Hmm?
I did DM you a couple of important character choice backstory facts that have come up since last I talked. So
Yeah.
I don't know if that is pertinent, but go ahead.
But yeah, so sleep is really weird for you most of the time, I would say. I don't think that you would have a whole lot of dreams most of the time, to the best of my knowledge. I can't imagine that like I can't imagine that sleep is something that your character like dives into most of the time. I assume it's just something that comes for them.
So he sleeps because as a vampire, he sleeps more than a vampire would sleep. He does use the trick that he when he was helping Penelope with before. He does that on himself because he is prone to nightmares for various reasons. So he will put himself purposely in that sunflower field and kind of meditate instead of sleep.
Interesting.
So that is usually his go-to, is he will try to like soothe himself while he's asleep with his own magic.
Cool. Yeah, so that is your what you're used to. You're essentially used to putting yourself into this sleep land. In this case, as you go to sleep and more or less you're used to closing your eyes, letting everything pass through, and then you wake up in the field essentially, and you take your rest, you process things as they come about. In this case, you close your eyes, sleep starts to take you, and it's just darkness for a minute there. It feels kind of similar almost to what you felt with Penny, where the world just kind of isn't there, so to speak. It's a little bit strange for you. Do you do anything during this point in time, or do you just kind of like let it flow as it will?
Damien's definitely confused because he was intending to try and very much soothe himself after that and put himself in that sunflower field. And the fact that there is no sunflower fields, he's a little bit like, I wouldn't say freaked out, but he's confused.
Mm-hmm.
So he will definitely like look around
Okay.
and see if he can see anything in the darkness.
Yeah. So it's a suppose the word I would use probably would be lonely. It's a very lonely darkness, as odd of a description as that may be. But as you're looking around,
when I was in the dreamscape with Penny, when Damien was in the dreamscape with Penny, and they had that like shared horrible loneliness feeling. Is it similar to that, or is it like less?
It's not quite as bad. That one, you would have marked it as a feeling of absolute isolation and abandonment.
Got you.
This
is kind of like the, oh, here I am lonely again, like I usually am. Sort of like this is a familiar loneliness, not a supernatural loneliness. Okay, cool.
Yeah, this is more a feeling of here I go again on my own.
Yeah,
kind of.
So
feeling.
He's definitely gonna try to get to that sunflower field for himself. He's gonna try to use his sleep stuff.
So you're looking around and you're trying to manifest the sunflower field essentially. You're trying to pull it towards you. And every time you try pulling it towards you, it almost is like you feel it like slipping through your fingers like sand. It just doesn't quite grasp. And then around you, you start to hear a very, very familiar tune. Back when you were a child, back in the olden days.
Okay.
One of the few memories that you have from your father is that he had a music box that he liked to carry with him with you. He always liked to tinker with it. He always tried working on it. But it was a very special box to him because it was a box that he said that your mother made for him and used her voice. They had found like some kind of musical like bard and stuff like that who managed to capture her voice into a rune or some kind of crystal, and they were able to put it into a small box to essentially make a music box out of her singing, and it always sung the same tune. It was a very old box, however, and it often had problems with it, so he would constantly be trying to fix it. It would have skips and silences and stuff like that, but it had a very familiar tune to it because you heard it most of the time that you were a child with your dad. As you hear...
He definitely has tears in his eyes right now because that is the only memory of his mother that he has, is the sound of her voice through this music box. Because he never knew her. As you
hear that song being played, you're looking around and a different scene approaches you. Not the sunflowers that you're used to, but instead a small workshop overlooking a calm lake. This is a workshop you've only been in a couple of times and you barely remember anything about it because you were so young, but it was a workshop that your dad brought you to very often when he wanted to escape from whatever he needed to deal with throughout the days, and he just wanted some quiet time where he wanted to rest or to show you something, how to build something, how to do like some kind of potion, how to create something, or just, to take you out there, and he often read to you as well. But this is, just his workshop that he's had for who knows how long. There's all kinds of gears, there's tinker tools, there's blueprints that are scattered around the benches, there's the music box just kind of on one of the shelves, slowly playing, and you hear the familiar stops and skips and silences that it is. It's do 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 do, and then it just kind of stops, and then it stutters, and then it processes again, and then it repeats itself. And as you look more at the box, you see almost as like a third person kind of view of it, but you see almost a younger version of yourself. You see you back in your child days, and you see a ghost image of your dad sitting there at the bench, slowly working on the music box. It's weird because he's grabbing the music box, but he's grabbing a ghost of it. Like when he grabs it, he pulls it, it's a translucent version of it. And he starts taking it apart and trying to fix it, putting it back together, and so on and so forth. And he starts to hum along with it. And you see yourself standing next to him, watching him with entertainment, I would suppose, or curiosity. And you start singing along. It's the same tune that you've been singing for years whenever you find the need to rest, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Damien swallows as he kind of tries to approach that duo of him as a very small child and his father and the music box. And he's a little shaken because the song obviously brings back a lot of like pain for him, because he definitely lost that music box a long time ago, and he has not allowed himself to sing to any music in a long time. He tries to reach out for this like blurred with memory version of his father. And he's gonna try to reach out and like touch that figure.
As you reach out and you kind of grab the shoulder of the translucent body that's there, you half feel it and half don't. It's almost like you're touching something that isn't there. Like you can feel it, that your hand is there, but there's nothing there, so to speak. He doesn't stop moving. He doesn't stop the process that he's doing. But you do hear a line that he says, and it's a line you remember very distinctly. It's one of the few lines that you remember in his voice, because it's a phrase he often told you, because he liked to kind of give you something to work with. He often told you that he wanted you to make it into a song one day, but he has no talent in music, so he often told you this phrase. It was, "She called you a spark between worlds, something that is here and there, and yet neither at the same time. You are a special child. Maybe not to others, but always to me and your mother, you will forever be our spark."
Papa. Oh, Papa.
Where you are able to see the music box in significantly more detail than you ever recall being able to see it. The different pieces of its inner workings, the different aspects of it. You see where a lot of it has been broken, a lot of it has been damaged over time. But you also see, almost in plain sight, right in the center of this music box is a glowing green crystal, which he always told you never touch the glowing green crystal. It is risky to do so, but that is,
as an adult, would I know what that crystal was, like now in hindsight? Or I guess
Yes, you would know that it is a it essentially captures sound to a degree. It's a very special crystal made inside of dwarven mines. They actually found this a long time ago when they were practicing their singing, and they would hear the resonation of their hammer beats into the earth, and it would echo back to them. So a lot of people call these sound crystals, or just the singing lullabies is what they're often called inside of the mountains. They are dangerous if you break them, because oftentimes they have a lot of magic in them, and if you break them, it will violently explode. But they are usually fairly decently hard to break, unless it is very unless it has like cracks or anything like that. This one doesn't. But obviously, if it was such importance to your dad, he probably didn't have you touch it much because he didn't want you to accidentally break it, as most kids do.
Yeah.
But it is glowing. It's the one thing in this room that doesn't feel like a memory, so to speak. Hi, Calista.
Okay.
Oh.
Hey.
I need to get my things up. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. You missed the trauma. You missed the start of the trauma.
Oh man. So the session's over?
No.
Don't worry, I got your trauma next.
You'll have to just rewatch the VOD. It's fine. It's fine.
You'll enjoy it.
Haven't missed Grail's trauma, which I'm certain Callista would be very excited for.
It's gonna be
Oh,
great.
what do you mean? I'm the source of trauma.
It's just nightmares about Callista.
Nightmare,
Placing
nightmare,
all the old
nightmare.
trauma with the new trauma.
Yes.
Okay, so am I feeling drawn to like touch it, or like what's
It feels real to you. What that means to you, I'll let you decide. But everything else in this dreamscape, I suppose, feels like either a memory or like you're trying to piece together thoughts and concepts from way back when. But even the box itself feels like a memory of like trying to put back these broken pieces and trying to form them back into something that resembles a music box. But this crystal in the center of this music box, it feels as real to you as Penny did while in your dreams.
got you? I'm gonna reach out and touch face, bam, bam. No, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna grab it.
All right. You reach down, you grab it, like pretty much
Gently,
just, like,
might I
plucking
ask.
it. Yeah. Yeah, let me just smash it. No. But you gently pluck it out of the center of the music box. The bits and pieces of the music box kind of stop moving at that point. It is obviously what charges it, but it's also like what is very much so a process of making the box, is using this as the conduit, basically. So when you pull it out, the music box stops. The music in the air kind of fades slowly. You can feel it almost like reverberating through you, through your hand, all the way through your body, and you can almost feel the music, not through your ears, but through your heartbeat more than it is anything else. As you do that, you see the, I suppose, illusionary visage of your father stop working on the transparent box in front of him as it dissipates. And he stops for a moment and he looks to the side. And you actually recall this moment from your childhood. He did this one day. It was a very, very long time ago. I
wouldn't say very long, but yes.
Well, for you, it would have felt like a very long time ago, especially considering. But he, back in this time, when you were a child, he was working on the music box. He was working on, trying to figure out how to fix this or that. And he stopped. And he looked to the side. And he just said something. And you were never able to recall what he said. it was just something that he went back to it almost as if it didn't happen. But as you're looking at him, he turns his head to the side, he looks at you, and for the first
Little
time...
me or big me? Little me or big me?
Big you. He's looking directly at Big you. And for the very first time in however many years it's been, you hear, air quote, hear what he says, which is, "You are grown. It is good to see. You can do it." And then you are back in your sunflower field.
Fuck.
You still have the crystal in your hand.
Okay. Yeah, he's just gonna fall to his knees and just fucking weep and hold that crystal.
Fair enough.
Oh my
fair enough.
god. Yeah. Yeah.
That's just don't exist until you wake up.
Yeah. Okay.
No. Anything you want to do in your sunflower field, or you just keep letting yourself have a good cry?
He's gonna let himself have a good fucking cry and focus on keeping that sunflower illusion up for himself, because he does not want to deal with anything else having to do with any of his memories.
Fair enough.
His childhood past that.
Yeah. You can feel it, air quote, knocking on the door of your memories, just like really on the verge of it. So you clamp that shit down hard.
Yeah, he does not, like, there are some doors that are appearing in the sunflower field that he is not gonna open.
Alrighty. We're going to move along then, in this case. And we're going to move along, actually, to...
I volunteer?
To, Grail. I don't know why it's hard for me to say your name. Like, every now and again, I'll start with the G, and then I'll look at your name, and my brain will short circuit. I don't know why. But, yeah, we'll go...
It's not exactly a strange name.
I know. But yeah, we'll go with Grail. So Grail, you obviously you head to your bed, sleeping a little bit earlier technically than a lot of the other folks, because of the night shenanigans and everything like that. But you've managed to bring Ortus to the room, just kind of like unceremoniously just toss him onto the bed, basically making sure he's, alive, but he's sleeping. And you do your usual night routine, which I assume is taking off your shit ton of armor, doing some push-ups, I guess, and
I feel like in his current inebriated state, not even Grail would be attempting to do his evening workout. He's probably just completely gone to bed to crash and call it a night.
Okay. Just a moment. Okay. So yeah, you head to sleep. What is your dream process usually like?
I would say, like, the thing we know about Grail is that he is a man of, I guess, efficiency in a way.
Mm-hmm.
He tries not to do anything that he sees as luxurious or self-indulgent. Him, sleep is necessary to ensure that the body is in working condition. Sometimes he dreams, but that is not because he wills it or because he wants it. It is simply just what happens because you cannot control yourself while you're asleep.
Okay.
He lies down. Sometimes there are dreams, sometimes there are not.
Okay.
He doesn't care either way.
So I would probably say, especially with how your character is, you've probably spent a quite significant amount of time kind of training yourself to be able to lay down and then get back up. So essentially, like, you sleep and it's just you close your eyes, you open up your eyes, right? That's kind of what you've gotten used to. Sometimes you do have dreams and it's usually a weird experience, but most of the time you lay down, you close your eyes, you wake back up, almost like no time has passed, right? And So you kind of do the same thing
definitely.
here. Huh?
I was going to say, definitely has that mindset of death or threats could come at any moment. So you must be able to be, it must be able to wake up and be at attention at a moment's notice.
Okay. So yeah, you lay down, trying to get into that sleep and then wake back up kind of motif. Just kind of allowing your body to take a moment to decompress, and especially considering the events of the day, you take a moment to just allow yourself to breathe. And the next thing you know is not daytime, but you do open up your eyes and you are in you're in a village. You're in a very strange village. You don't recognize it whatsoever. You, I would say, are not wearing any of your usual equipment. You have standard like cloth clothes on, kind of like a general villager's garb. Kind of, I would say before you started doing your militia stuff, this is probably the outfit that you would generally be wearing. There's a lot of other people around you. Different, I suppose peasants would be the word, but just generally like low born farmers and stuff like that. They are just trying to make do with what they got. In your sleep state, you kind of like recognize what this area is for. Your farmers just trying to make do. You're trying to get food on the table. You're trying to deal with bad deal with the bad harvest, things like that. And
Yeah. So to be explicit, do I recognize this as like my home village? Is it my home village or is it somewhere else entirely?
this is somewhere else entirely. Your brain is saying this is my village, like this I'm here, but it's kind of like that half dream state of like this is you,
Right,
but
yeah.
this isn't, So you are in this area, you're wearing this clothing and whatnot, but you do have a collar on you. Specifically is an iron collar. Is a very, very heavy iron chain collar around your neck. So many of the other ones do as well. And in your dream mind, you recognize that it was a very bad harvest. It was a very bad time. So you weren't able to get the wheat out. Sorry, you weren't able to get the wheat out. You weren't able to sow the ground the way you needed to. There was a very big flash flood that happened and ruined like half your crop. So not only is your village starving, but those you supply are also having issues as well. And in your mind state, of course, you recognize that they have come for you now. And you see, looking around you, you see, a bunch of your fellow farmers, your fellow townspeople, being forced to kneel one by one as collars are locked around their necks. There's someone who's standing behind you as well. They are wearing just general garb, nothing too fancy, but they have a sword on their belt, a shield in one hand, and they're just kind of watching you. And you see this person in front of you, just one of your other townspeople, I suppose. He kneels down, and you're not forced to kneel for some reason or another. You're not quite sure why, but this man kneels down in front of you, the heavy chain collar forcing his head to bow a little bit, and he looks back up at you and he goes, "You once wore the same collar as I. Will you be free? Will you be shackled again and brought down once more?"
I still wear that same collar, and it will remain until all are freed of theirs.
Mm-hmm. And prove it, boy.
Till the day I can no longer hold my head high, till I can no longer bear the weight of this collar, I will march forward, liberate all who remain chained and kneeling before their oppressors.
You see, as you're saying this, you see several of the townspeople around you are they're like almost being forced to their knees, but some of them, like, instead of going down on both knees, they go down on one, and they start trying to stand back up. And these military people, or semi-militia, keep trying to push them back down, but they keep seeming to stand. And this man in front of you, he's old too. He's probably about, you would argue roughly about 50, 60 years old. He looks up at you as he's still on both his knees, and he goes, "You seek to command, or you seek to deliver and free?"
Braille will ignore the person talking to him and is instead going to turn people around him who are struggling to stand. He will just yell, "Stand! They are not your oppressors. You are. You are the ones who control the power to stand against them. Release your own shackles. Stand with me. Rebel against them. Rebel against the world that has kept you on your knees. You have this power. I will lead you to a world without shackles entirely."
You see that they do start getting to their feet. See, a lot of them are pushing back against a lot of the guardsmen, a lot of the militia. And you see a lot of the militia start pulling out their swords, kind of backing up a little bit. These are just peasants, again, standing up, but it seems like whatever you're doing is putting these militia on the back pedal at this point. And you see the old man look at you, and he slowly starts to stand up, and he goes, "Our strength is yours, and your strength is ours. Do not falter, boy. Do not shed the weight upon your shoulders, as only you are able to bring us forwards, and only we can lift you up.
I will bear the weight of everybody's sins. It means freeing them from those of others. I will bear whatever it takes.
Then
That
survive."
is my purpose.
Hmm?
Just saying, that is my purpose, and that is my penance.
I will find you again, and I will see how you grow. You will either lead, or you will fall. You will choose.
Next time you see me, you will not be looking down at me. I will be looking down on you.
Bring us up, boy. Put us upon your shoulders. Lead all those around you, and guide them with your heart, your soul, and your blade.
I lead not with my blade, but with my shield. I seek to shoulder the burdens of others, shield them from the sins that I must commit in their stead. I will use the sword when necessary, but death is not the answer. It is a step towards it. I will wield this sword to take the lives, so that others may not. In the end, I exist to protect, not to kill.
You
I will continue
see,
to do.
he actually raises an eyebrow at this, and as you're talking, as you're like saying all this to him, you feel the world shift, but in a weird way. You definitely would notice this based on your knowledge of tactics and stuff, but also just your general perception around the area. Several of the guardsmen who have like pulled out a sword, and have like looked at them. A couple of them, they I suppose the would be glitch. Their feet went backwards and then it was just suddenly forwards again, and they pulled it back again, and they did the same motion, and that happens the exact moment that he raises his eyebrow as you state you'll be using your shield rather than your sword.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Fascinating. We will keep an eye on you. Stick to your tenets, boy. Stick to your faith.
Next time we meet, it will not be boy, but Lord.
Prove yourself correct, and I will call you anything you desire. And then you feel yourself wake up. Just your eyes open, and you're in, as if, like, as you normally do immediately after you lay down and you close your eyes. You wake up, you open up your eyes, and you're just staring at the ceiling. A very strange feeling flowing through you.
It's been some time since I had a dream.
Hmm?
Grail, just staring at the ceiling, will just say, it has been some time since I had a dream.
Hmm. Alrighty.
Normally I would say that I pray that they do not interrupt my sleep further, but perhaps again he will then close his eyes and attempt to go back to sleep.
Nice. Alright. We're going to move over to Fortress, because I really want to. A little bit out of order here, but that is perfectly fine with me because I am very, very keen to do it. So, Fortress, you are a drunk motherfucker at the moment.
Yep.
Life is your bitch. You are taking it by the reins, and you are happy-go-lucky sleeping. But you essentially, like, you of course walk up with Grail. You've unceremoniously get thrown onto the bed, more or less, which is kind of just your preferred way of getting into bed, to be honest. And what is your sleep like? What is your way of sleeping generally like?
Normally as soon as he lays down, he just knocks out. So, if he's wide awake and he, like, is aware that he's going to bed, he will get undressed and jump in. But if he's not, he's just gonna knock out.
Okay, cool. So yeah,
as soon as he lays down, he just.
Yeah, you are very well trained in the art of sleeping wherever and whenever you're able to, probably from your military days. So you hit that bed and you are out fucking cold. Most of the time, it's very similar to Grail in that you don't really dream all that much. Sometimes you have fantastic fucking dreams. Usually it's in the mode of, like, just either drinking a shit ton or, you know, fucking tavern brawl fights and shit like that. Just shit that, like, ups your adrenaline stuff. Those are, like, your favorite kind of dreams for the most part. This dream, as you wake up into this dream world of sorts, is strange. It's not inside of a tavern. It's not inside of, you know, a war area. You're not facing down a horde of orcs. You're not, you know, hunting down a bear or something of that sort. Instead, you are standing at the entrance to a large cave. And inside that cave is a massive bellowing forge. You can see an anvil that's easily 200 plus pounds just from the sight of it. You know, that is heavy duty. You can see all kinds of forging equipment inside of there. The flames in the forge are roaring like a roaring dragon. You can see basically lava flowing down underneath and is echoing throughout the area. Around you, lightning arcs throughout the sky. Wind is howling and rain is lashing against the stone all around you. but as you get closer to this forge, is burning unbelievably hot, is already evaporating nearly every single bit of water that has flown onto your skin at this point. It is a long, long journey to get here, from what you can tell in your head. You're clenching two halves of a sword. It's a sword that you recall well. Is your prized sword, the one that means more to you than nearly anything in this world. One half is in your left hand, the hilt is in your right hand, and holding on to it with, honestly, more force than you could care to admit. You don't see anyone inside the forge. Doesn't look like anyone's been in here for a while, aside from the fact that it is unbelievably hot. It's still going. Some things are covered in dust, but it's clearly a well-loved forge. And you are staring into it. You can hear the sounds of the anvil being beaten, a blade being made in your head. You are hearing it in a very rhythmic pattern. You're just hearing slam, dun, dun, slam, dun, dun, slam. And it just keeps going in this exact same pattern. At being someone who has forged many of your own weapons in the past, keeping this rhythm not only helps to make it so you can hit the weapon harder, but also makes it so you can hit it and not use as much energy. It allows you to do it for longer and have more precise hits on it. As you are standing there and you are staring at this roaring flame in the back, and you're hearing the weapon get quenched before it gets reforged and beaten again. Every single strike to the metal, the ghost metal at this point, flashes you with a memory. One of these strikes, you remember a time you were inside your militia. You were chatting along with a bunch of friends. You were talking with them and having a little bit of a drink with them. This was back when you weren't a very heavy drinker, but you shared a couple ales with a couple friends before you went on to missions. The next just hammer swing is a memory of, honestly, a time you wish you could forget. Is a time that you had to fight off who knows how many enemies. You got all kinds of scars from that battle. It was one of your first times having to slaughter an enemy to make sure they don't kill you in the meantime. Another strike reminds you of someone you loved, someone you cared about very deeply. And another one still reminds you of the last battle that you were inside of your militia. If you'd like, you're welcome to kind of explain what this memory is that you're having. The last time that you were in the militia, the last fight that you were in. You're welcome to describe it.
I think it's something I'm gonna save for another time.
Okay. No,
because I've kind of just thought up something and
no worries. But
Guys,
yeah,
we have to be level 7 to unlock his tragic backstory.
basically.
Sad times.
So
Haven't
you
purchased the Ortis tragic backstory DLC.
Yeah, we have to give him more gifts and raise his affinity stat before he opens up. God damn it!
I know, right?
We need to find out his favorite food.
But yeah, that memory flashes through your mind. You is not just a memory, but is a reminder. The weapon in your hands is a reminder. It holds into your soul. You know that you can fix this weapon somehow in some way, but you're not quite sure what the next step is. And you hear in your mind from this ghostly figure of sorts. You can't see him, but you can hear him working on these weapons, armor pieces, whatever he's working on. He is just beating the anvil with his hammer. And you hear in your head from this ghostly figure, it simply says, "Strength isn't what you carry, boy. It's what carries you. You are much stronger than you seem. You are much braver than you allow yourself to be. But you hold yourself back. Let yourself be free. Capture the anvil, smash upon its surface, ring the song of your ancestors, forge the blade anew. Every weapon was once a hunk of metal, and every hunk of metal that was changed and forged into something greater as a mark of its creator. Make your mark." And you just hear him continue to pound the metal onto the anvil, just singing the same anvil song that you've heard thousands of times in your life.
I think Ortus would like try and go up and touch the anvil, but he at this moment doesn't feel worthy, so his body holds him back.
Okay. Yeah, so you go and you kind of like you just for a moment you like reach out your hand ever so slightly, but then you pull it back. Just not letting yourself reach out. And you hear for just a moment the anvil song stops. And you see this creature, this person who is standing over the anvil, a translucent figure, turn towards you. And you see, you don't know what it is. You don't know what face it holds. You don't know what creature is that you're looking upon. The only thing that you can tell from this creature is that it's sad. And a moment later, you feel your eyes open again. You are stone cold sober. It is still the middle of the night. You can hear Grail's steady breathing a little bit ways from you. But you open up your eyes. All the drink has gone through your system. And how do you feel?
I can imagine Ortus would somehow be gripping the hilt of his broken sword.
Mm-hmm.
And he would just look down at it and start to clean it gently. And just do that for the next while, and then fall back to sleep eventually.
Yeah. I will say probably Grail, as you've opened up your eyes and you're attempting to get back to where we're sleeping, you would have heard him probably like sit up, and then you would have heard the telltale sound of him cleaning a sword. He's done it at least 100 times in the time that you've known him so far, so it is a very familiar sound to you at this point, but it is a different weapon that he's cleaning than you normally hear him do, but is the same almost loving strokes upon the blade of cleaning it and sharpening it and making sure it's working. I assume that you have your eyes closed, but you can hear him just kind of next to you, just doing the same process.
Yeah, I don't imagine Grail would do much. He's not a suspicious person, so he's not going to assume there's any kind of link between him being awake and Orders being awake. Just assume it's a sleepless night for everyone, especially after everything we went through.
Okay.
Grail will just attempt to go back to sleep and leave Ortus be.
Cool. In that case, we're going to go ahead and move over to Penny. Hi, Penny. How you doing?
Penny is stomping through the forest, and she'll go to like the edge of it where there's some space, and she'll just kind of be grumbling, talking to herself, like, I just want to be left alone. What is? I don't understand. And then like she'll fire off a firebolt off to one side, and then she'll do prestidigitation and kind of make like a nice little scent.
Aww.
Mel won't teach me my magic that I want to learn. Damien's following me after whatever the fuck I just did to Greg. Like, what am I doing? Then she'll find a new tree and sit on the ground this time. Kind of just cast a couple more fireballs and prestidigitation, pretending. And then she'll fall asleep.
Okay. Cool. All right. So you kind of lay down. Well, not lay down. I assume you're resting against the tree, physically speaking. But you're back against the tree. You are resting against it. You slowly start to close your eyes. Is a very, very difficult way of getting yourself to sleep. It's been a very long day for you. You are hyped up in all kinds of emotions at the moment. Your mind is struggling, to say the least. But after a little while, after 20, 30 minutes of just restless, tapping your head against the tree, or, just counting sheep, and, 100 different tactics that you're trying, you are able to finally slowly rest. Your eyes close, they get droopy, they get heavy. The experience of the day has finally caught up to your body, and you feel the need to just sleep. It takes you just a moment, probably in your mind at least, several minutes, but you feel yourself close your eyes, and it's just darkness, as you're used to. Usually when you fall asleep, there's some nice dreams that you have, but there's a period where it's just kind of being in a dark room till it shines brighter with a movie that plays, or a life that you lived, or a memory that you play, and a thought that you have. And those are usually what your dreams are. As you are in this kind of darkness, it takes you just a moment, but then you open up your eyes again. And this time you are still against the tree, weirdly enough, but as you look around, you see a campfire. It is very softly burning, very small campfire. You're used to seeing these kind of campfires. It's a very traditionally made campfire that it typically is just made inside of like right next to a tent and stuff, especially if you're doing a quick sleep before the next morning, so you don't attract anything. So you're very used to seeing this, but see the campfire, and then around you, you see all of your companions. You see Damien kind of resting in what appears to be a sleeping bag. You see Callista in like a branch of a tree kind of overhead all of you. You see Mel just kind of leaning against another tree with her head kind of bowed. You see Ortus just kind of laying down next to the fire, not seeming to really care about the ground. Grail, who has a sword on his lap, and he seems to be awake, but also not at at the same time. You have a hard time really telling if he is or if he isn't. And you're looking over, your companions who are there. Do you do anything?
Well, does she know like it's a dream, like it's not real? Or is she
Your mind would have difficulty with that. So, especially in this dream state, you have a feeling like this feels like it should be right, but also doesn't make sense to you. So it feels like this is reality, but also feels like reality doesn't make sense, if that makes sense.
Okay. Do I recall what happened like just recently, or is it just like kind of foggy or whatever?
It would be foggy. It'd be very foggy. Like just the moment after you wake up, for example, from a long day, it just like you can barely kind of sort of recall that something happened, but you're like struggle to pull it out.
Okay. I was just trying to decide whether or not she would remember because that would probably impact what she does, but she'll smile then and she'll be like, she'll be really happy and she'll go over to like the fire and kind of look around, and then you said she can't tell if Grail is sleeping or not?
Yep.
I guess she'll kind of go over and see like if he's actually sleeping, like wave her hand in front of his face.
You wave your hand in front of his face, and as you're like looking at his face, you can't tell if his eyes are open or if they're closed. You're like, it's almost like you're seeing both almost at the same time. He doesn't move. He doesn't react in any way, shape, or form. He's still as a statue. Everything but the fire seems to just be there.
Are you keeping watch? What are you doing?
As you attempt to speak to him, and you say the words, no sound comes out of your voice. Nothing breaks the silence of the night.
So it's super quiet. There's no sound? Interesting, okay.
As you try to speak, there is nothing that comes out. You can make the words, of course, but no voice comes out. As you notice that, you also notice there's no sound from the campfire. There is no crackling of the flames. There is no sound.
She'll try snapping her finger.
There is no sound.
The smile totally fades and she doesn't understand, really.
As you look around, you see that the shadows that the campfire is projecting behind each of your friends starts changing, starts twisting, starts moving about on their own.
I am trying to see if I have some sort of magic that doesn't involve speaking. Know how to find it.
Out of mind, out of body.
I don't know if she does. I'm looking. I don't see anything. So she'll get closer to the fire, try and get away from the shadows that are being weird.
Smart.
Who's the closest to the fire?
I would probably say Ortus is closest to the fire.
Okay. She'll try and wake him up, like not by speaking to him, but like shaking him.
Okay. You kind of put your hand on his shoulder and you just start like rocking him back and forth, trying to get him to wake up and stuff like that. As you do so, you see the dark shadow kind of crawling up his arms, and it seems to be like trying to go up towards you.
I'll try and grab it. I don't want it to be on him.
Interesting. Okay. You tried to grab at it, and as you do, you feel it snap across your hand. And you see a large gash appear in your hand, although it doesn't bleed, oddly enough. As this happens, you hear from behind you snarling and just a vicious sound as your own shadow moves forwards across your entire body, kind of snaking along your arm, leaping off of your fingertips into Ortusa's shadow and rips it apart. Just absolutely just like demolishing it. There are shadow pieces that are flying around like meat all over the place, ripping it to pieces.
Is Ortus okay?
He seems to be.
Can I go check the others real quick then?
Mm-hmm. As you move towards the others, you see the same flickering shadow behind them that seems to get worse almost. You start hearing in your head a voice that just, is a lot of very negative things from Damien, for example. When you walk over to him, you hear a voice in your head. You hear his voice in your head telling you like something like, why did you burn me? We should have left you behind. Every person you walk up to does the same thing. They give different reasonings. They give different examples, but they all say you should have been left behind. As your shadow,
You can't say anything.
Yep, none of them were speaking to you, but you are hearing it in your head. It's a very disconcerting feeling.
She can't even say anything to like defend herself. Be like, no, I'm sorry. Like I know I make mistakes.
You can say it in your head, but no sound comes out as you try to force the words out.
I'll still try and get if the shadows are trying to attack my friends, my group. I'm going to try to stop it with just my hands. Okay. Hopefully my shadow or whatever comes and helps.
It does. Each of the ones that you walk over to, and you're hearing their voices in your head, and you try to like put it in the back of your mind as like you're trying to get these shadows, this cruelty out of them. Your shadow pops out every time and rips it apart, and the voice fades and just is gone. And as you get to the last one, which will be of your 5 companions, which one have you had the least interaction with?
That's actually a hard question.
At least in your character's mind, which one do you think you have the least connection with?
Currently? Dang. I was gonna say Callista, but honestly, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It might be... even though we are part of the revolution, it might be Grail.
Ooh.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
The one she feels the least connection with is probably one of them. I don't know.
Okay.
Where's a D2?
You just type in /R space 1D2.
/R space 1D2.
Mm-hmm. There you
go. Okay, it's Callista then.
All right. So the last one that you go up to is Callista. She's in the tree, so she's the hardest one to get to. She's the hardest one to interact with. I I imagine you like have to climb the tree to get up to her, and she's just laying on it like it's like a Sunday bed. But for you it's a little bit more difficult. You have to crawl with her. And this voice specifically, especially with the precarious positioning, the way that she is laid down on it, the branch is like a little bit of ways from the fire. And obviously with Callista, you would know she can levitate, so it wouldn't be a bad thing for her. But the way your sleep brain is, you're looking at this and you're going, she could fall into the fire, So you're trying to not only get the shadow off her, I would imagine, but you're trying to like pull her and try to get her to like not fall in the fire, basically. But her voice in your head is brutal, I would say. She pulls out some like the deeper things for you. She tells you one of the things that she tells you is like she wanted to explore. She wanted to see the world. But if you're the thing that she gets to see, it's not really worth it. Hundreds of statements like that as you're desperately trying to get to her. It takes a solid couple of minutes for you to be able to grab her, for your shadow to fight her. And it's a real battle for this one. It's a lot of darkness that it's trying to attack. But eventually you are able to get it gone. You're able to get that voice gone. You're able to effectively drag her more or less to the ground. And your shadow kind of like pops up next to you. And you can hear the sounds of the fireplace. Outside the campfire now. As you've finally gotten all the darkness away and all your friends in one spot. And you hear the voice of your shadow speak to you as it simply says, with a tired sound, as long as they stay, I stay. And you see your shadow kind of stretch around the whole area, and it seems to be guarding all of your friends. How do you react to this?
Okay, if it's guarding, then she hears the fire, so she knows she probably can speak now. She'll be like, so you helped, you're not gonna hurt them, right?
No. I am a part of you. I am your saving grace, I suppose. I will save those that you try to protect.
All of them. All of these people right here.
If that is your wish, I will do my best to ensure they never die, no matter what that may require.
Yes, they're mine and now they're yours too.
As long as they stay, I shall stay.
Okay. Then this should work out perfectly fine.
Sleep, child. Your friends will need you when you awaken.
Wait, but do you... So you're part of me, right?
I am.
This is a long shot, but do you know where my memories are?
buried child, deep down in the dark. You may not want to dig it up.
No, I need to, because like I don't even know like my parents' names. And you know what? Actually, I think
like she's gonna start to rant a little bit.
Mhm.
I don't know if the shadow wants to stop her at any point, but she's gonna be like,
I think maybe like last time I was just too like last time with Damien.
and she'll point over to him.
He tried to help me like find my memories. And I think maybe last time, like I was too worried about like there's this necromancer, and he was worried about like if the necromancer would hurt him or something. And you know, then we were gonna go fight him, and I wasn't really sure how that was gonna work out either. Honestly, I think I do want to find my memories. It's the best way to find my parents and just figure out what happened. I just, you know, you might say that it's bad, but like, how bad can it be? I mean, yeah, I don't know, but I need to, because how else am I going to find my parents? Like, I don't even know their names.
You hear a sad tinge to its voice as it simply says, "If that is what you desire, then so be it. It will be a strenuous task, and you will not like what's on the other side, child. Your mind may not recover. Are you truly willing to go that far?"
Do you mean like I'll die or something?
No.
So what do you mean by my mind not recovering?
Death is a mercy given to those who can feel mortality. Death is a difficult concept for you to have. Your mind may wish for death eventually.
I don't know if I want to dig into what that means.
You do not.
But I do know that I do want to find my memories.
I will guide you to them then on another day. For
Okay.
now, you are too tired. Your body is exhausted. Your mind is frayed. Sleep is required, and your friends will be worried.
Okay, but you're my friend now too.
I am you, and you are me.
Yeah, but you're my friend too, okay?
You simply see it turn, air quote, turn its shadowy head around and stare into the forest surrounding you. Almost like a yard dog.
Okay. And then she'll do her best to kind of bring everyone closer to the fire, but like she's not strong. And
Slowly
then she'll go to
drags
bed,
everyone closer.
Yeah.
And they just don't try to get as little rest or as much rest as you can.
Yes.
All right. As you close your eyes and you rest, weirdly enough, you don't leave the campfire, but you do feel like you're sleeping. And eventually, as dawn breaks and the morning arises, you do in fact wake up again. Alrighty. We're going to move over to the complex ones. Callista and Mel, which one of you wish to go first?
Are we gonna play paper, scissors, rock for it?
Paper? What the fuck?
You can choose. It's up to you.
Who the fuck starts rock, paper, scissors with paper first?
What?
Yeah, the fact that she wants to do rock, paper, scissors.
What
and
are you
the fact she said
talking
it in
about,
that
Sin?
order
It's
is very
always been
Callista.
paper, scissors, rock.
Yeah.
It's
Why are you
always
being
been
so
paper,
weird
scissors, rock.
about this, Sin?
That's like
Why
totally
are we
normal.
gaslighting people?
Why is this the fight you're starting, Sen?
Roll a d6 and who goes.
Rock? No one ever says rock, paper, scissors. Why would rock ever come
All right,
first?
I'm making
So
the executive
weird.
decision. Callista can go first. Bam, problem solved. Let's move on.
Fair enough. All right.
Damn, I wanted to gaslight the DM a little bit more, but okay.
Speak up
I
once and I
understand, but,
start
like-
a conflict.
Dream Callista in the making.
The whole party unmutes.
Like, what the fuck you just say, bitch?
Doggy.
Oh my goodness.
Can I pet that dog?
All right.
Sorry.
You cannot pet the dog inside of her dream. I forgot to actually show different pictures and stuff. Oh well. On Ortus. This is kind of what she saw. Just a FYI for the players and stuff. But we'll go back to it. Don't worry. And then I don't think I had a different one. So yeah, we'll go Callista. And what you see. So, Callista, you are having, I suppose, a very rough night would be the best statement to have for it. You're having a night which is difficult, and especially with the loss of Manser, your potential friend that no longer exists, to the best of your knowledge. You're whittling, your wood, and I don't know what's going on through your mind.
Well, when Callista whittles, that's like her little ceremony. That's how she unwinds and almost like meditates. It's sort of like how she prays to her god. It's how she keeps her focus while doing it, because she's quite an unfocused character. So it helps with her discipline. So when she is whittling, she chooses a subject, whittles something. So in this case, while she's shit-faced and sad over Manser dying, she is whittling a chunky just mass of hands, and that sort of helps her to cool off, calm down, and I suppose pray for him in a way. So that's how she gets to sleep.
Okay. It is a little bit of a long journey for you to get that sleep. You whittle a little bit, you're kind of drowsy, you kind of had the drinks running through your system, you will a little bit more, until eventually your hands slow down, your mind slows down, and you're able to pass out. Like with most folks, I assume you have, well, I assume actually for your character, you have a lot of dreams. You have a lot of really off the walls, just batshit crazy dreams, just all the damn time.
She's a very active dreamer.
Yeah. So you go from like, oh, sleepy to like you eyes wide open, and you're in this on top of this cliff. There is a raging sea behind you. There are storms everywhere around you. Lightning strikes above you. There is fire forming, a wildfire that is spreading across the land around you. You are just constantly surrounded by all these weird things. You are suddenly in the clouds. You're suddenly in the water. You're suddenly halfway up the mountain. And you are standing there, looking at everything as you are looking up at this giant cliff face that is staring down at you. You are around halfway up, roughly. The wind is pulling in every direction. You remember this feeling very, 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 very well. There are floating stones that lead upwards around you, towards almost a arrowhead of a cliff face. There's a weird arrowhead kind of carved out section. A closer look on it, it almost looks like a throne. You are struggling kind of to stay where you are at the moment, and you hear a voice speaking in your head. It's wispy, It's like the wind speaking to you more than anything else. And it simply says, you seek direction. But do you push forward? Or do you let the sky guide you wherever it wishes to take you?
Sorry, braining. I go where my curiosity takes me, or where my friends lead. Wherever I'm needed is where I go.
Where do you go from here?
Anywhere I so choose. I'm not bound anymore.
Do you decide to go up? Do you go down? Do you fling yourself backwards deep into the sea? Where do you decide to take yourself?
I feel Callista would head towards the lightning.
Interesting. Okay. The lightning is past the throne, so you would be essentially climbing the sheer cliff face and using the rocks and stuff that's flowing around you. And you would go straight past the throne if you were heading towards the lightning specifically. Okay.
For all Callista cares, she'll climb over the throne and jump off it. She wants to go inspect what's catches her eye the most.
All right, cool. So you pretty much just go straight up. It takes you in your mind, you know, obviously it's a super fast process and stuff. So for you, it's like, oh, I fucking jump all the way up there, 30 seconds, easy peasy. You know, you get all the way to the top.
Speedrun!
Very much. One moment you are halfway up the mountain. The next moment you are at the very top. You have conquered the cliff face. You've gone up who knows how far of a distance as you look down behind you. The sky is, I suppose, screaming at you would be the best description, as lightning strikes all around you. There are thousands of lightning bolts spread across the skies as far as you can see. What do you do?
Well, it's a dream. I suppose I can freely do whatever I wish. So I assume Callista would join in the storm. She would. Oh, hello.
Joe, what?
Someone just interrupted her.
Oh.
Sorry. The door and said, I'll be back in a second. For some reason. Callista would join in the storm. She would, what's the spell specifically called?
Call lightning?
She has a lightning spell. Let me just see what it is. She'd probably just cast her lightning spell. Oh my goodness.
Okay. Some of you got interrupted again. Wait just a moment so that, you know, she can hear me. It's a proper glory as we speak upon her lightning. Her lightning spell, for all those wondering, is in fact called lightning. I will read it out while she is away for the moment. Where is it? Here we are. A storm cloud appears in the shape of a cylinder that is 10 feet tall with a 60-foot radius, centered on a point you can see within range directly above you. When you cast this spell...
I'm so sorry. I didn't hear much of that. I got an update.
Oh, you're fine. I'm just telling the folks the call lightning spell, basically. But if you're outside in stormy conditions when you cast the spell gives you control over the existing storm, which allows you to make different various lightning strikes. There it is. So, you essentially use the spell and you start, I suppose, joining in on the lightning strikes. As you look around you and the lightning falls and splatters around, you realize that you are standing in the middle of a field of empty thrones. Specifically, it's a circle of empty thrones, but it's a field. Is lightning strikes many of the different thrones. The largest throne itself bears a lightning bolt branded into the stone itself. Do you approach as you use the lightning around you?
I feel like Callista would be almost like conducting the lightning, just as sort of like a part of like a dance, because she's wild and free and weird, wacky. I feel like before she approaches, she might notice the lightning bolt. She's got high perception, and I feel like she would strike it with the lightning before approaching.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, so you call down your lightning bolt, which as you do so, like the clouds like gather like heavily with each other, and you can see the lightning kind of increasing. The static around you is causing the hairs on the back of your neck to start like really just sticking up at every end as the lightning around you gets thicker and thicker, and then the lightning bolt strikes forwards. This thing is huge. It is a massive bolt of lightning that is significantly larger than any you've ever seen before. As it slams down into the statue, into this lightning bolt that is branded into this throne, it bounces off the statue and slams directly into your heart. But it doesn't hurt you. Strangely enough. Do you look at where it hit?
The throne or my heart? Which one am I staring at? Which one are you asking if I'm staring at?
Do you
Sorry.
look at your heart where it hit?
If it didn't hurt, then I don't think Callista would be too concerned with it. I think she'd be more looking towards the big throne that she struck before the lightning dissipated. Because that's where all the fun happened.
Yeah. It bounced off and slammed into you, basically. And you hear a voice next to you that simply says, "You have claimed no master. You walk your own path. You guide your own journey. And now the storm follows you. You are a suitable one for our master."
Should I be concerned with who the master is?
Is the god who's been following you since you stepped foot inside of the material plane. You wouldn't know its name, as he hasn't had one for a long time. But the wind carries all. It carries secrets, it carries stories from the farthest reaches of the land. You have been chosen by Valaris, the thunder that remains. He is gone, but he is also always here. For lack of a better statement, he resides over the simple ancient force of refusal, of never stopping no matter what is in your way. He fought against fate itself. When all the gods left, when they fell, when they had abandoned the world, they simply became this storm. They are the wind. They are the lightning. They are the clouds. They never yield. They never stop. They refuse to ever let another being control them again. And it seems like you are walking along that path strongly. Do you look at who's talking to you, or are you just content to let them talk next to you.
I feel Callista would turn to address them before she speaks.
Okay. You see basically just the wind itself in a semi-humanoid silhouette. It's made of wind and cloud, and it's just standing there smiling at you. It's like you've heard of wind spirits before, especially being Ganassi, but this is different.
If this god has chosen me, then I will embody them. For my own purposes. I will be the static on the back of people's necks, the dewdrop on the grass. I will be the wind in people's words when they worship. I will make you proud to have chosen me. So follow me and let's see what fun we can have.
Aye, you are a strong one indeed. He has chosen well. Always remember, child, the wind moves around obstacles, but it never, ever stops because of them. Never back down. Never yield. Forge your own path forwards, like a lightning bolt through the sky. You have been marked by the god. Wear it proudly.
Wait, I've been marked?
Whatever it is seems to chuckles for a second.
Her thought process, like all the intensity, boom, gone in a millisecond. She's like, I've been marked.
Check your heart, child. And then after just a moment, your eyes open and you are, well, pretty much underneath Damien's bed, hearing his soft breathing above you.
He is definitely whimpering in bed.
Yeah.
Alright, I completely forgot that there is a monster under Damien's bed, and it's me.
So you're hearing Damien whimper above you, basically, as you're just under the bed like a fucking weird-ass goblin. You do feel slight discomfort over your heart.
Oh. I should probably check that, huh?
I mean, you can.
Could I check that, please?
All right. As you kind of like basically grab the collar of your cloak and stuff, and you just like look at it, it is kind of singed and burnt flesh in the shape of a lightning bolt directly over where your hurt would be.
Huh. You'd think that would have killed me. I feel like I should do something about Damien's whimpering, but I don't think I have any nice sleepy time spells, unlike other characters.
Just like slowly peek your head over the bed. Hi.
Calista like grabs the side of the bed, like finger by finger, like a little monster, just slides out, her stupid eyes staring at Damien.
He's in his. He's like, I'm sorry. Please, I'm sorry.
Creature of pure stupidity. Oh, I don't have any nice spells. I guess Callista will just reach up and hold his hand until he stops. And by the time he stops, she probably would have fallen asleep too.
Aww. I was about to say it would have been really funny if you decided to use Tasha's hideous laughter on him. I felt like that
was
mean.
Poor boy.
But yeah, you just holding his hand and falling asleep basically on the bed. Yeah. All right.
No, I'm still under the bed.
That's even creepier.
Good. Wait, no,
what, you
no,
never hold
on,
hands with the monster under your bed?
Oh, is that
Damn, you missed out.
Callista?
That was me backtracking on the wait, no, not creepy. Not good for creepy. My bad.
Yeah,
Retract that.
All right. So yeah, you wake up, you hold Damien's hand, and you slowly pass out once again. I'm assuming, Damien, that you would probably register, at least to some degree, the hand upon yours.
Imagine if I just
he
cast
squeezes it
silence
a little
instead.
bit. Fuck you, I'm not.
That would have been so messed up and evil.
Oh yeah. All right. And last but certainly not least, we have the wonderful Mel. Now, Mel, you don't regularly
I'm very
sleep.
normal. Correct.
Yeah, 100%. You're totally 1000% normal. We've never seen anything in the series so far that would even possibly suggest that you're abnormal.
So normal. Yeah.
You dragged a chair, for Christ's sake. I mean, what's more normal than that?
Exactly.
Right.
Everybody can have a copious amount
that
of
face
spite
stuff was
for
just
them.
an old man illusion. Old man hallucination. He
hallucinated all that shit. Anyway, yeah, I don't sleep. So
Hallucination.
what's the plan here, DM?
Yeah, so you're resting.
I also can't be forced to sleep, which is a fun little D&D rule.
Yep. So you're resting against the chair, and
My chair, yes.
yes, you don't feel tired. You don't really sleep. You don't really feel the need to. But you do feel, I don't know, what would be the wording? It would be you feel like, I don't know, you feel like you need to relax. Is the best way I can describe it. That this chair, dude. This chair is so you have not had a chair
so
this
good.
nice in hundreds of years. This is
claiming this chair, amazing decision.
It's in the correct position in the room. Everything is nice. It's quiet. There's no one else in the room with you. It's absolute silence. Everyone else is, not really making any noise or anything. Even the sounds outside are just kind of dulled, You just let yourself rest, relax.
Sure. For the purposes of this, yes.
That was legit. You can choose not to.
I mean, she doesn't need to sleep. She's content to relax, but she's not drifting off.
Yeah. So you feel, the world around you is just quiet, and you feel rest on you. You're not sleeping, certainly, but you do feel something, I suppose, touch your mind. It's almost like it's trying to make a connection with you. It's weird.
Mel, more than anything, is curious, so she'll allow it for now.
Okay. It's that same feeling that you get whenever you use one of your cleric powers. It's that same soft, gentle light that kind of flows through you. So you do recognize that this is the touch of your, I suppose for lack of better words, your deity, the one who has connected you to life.
Yeah, so she'll let it in for now.
You feel the world kind of shift for you. You can still see the world, and you can still feel and hear the world around you. I assume you close your eyes to not get double vision. But you are able to.
She'll keep one open, but she will close an eye, so she can sort of flicker between if she needs to.
Fancy. So in the in the eye that you have closed, in the secondary world that you have seen, you see a world around you, which is, I suppose, for lack of better words, almost like a grassy location, a strange, calm area, and yet there's, I suppose it's glass. It almost looks like mirrors all around you. Instead of grass and rocks, it's just mirrors and almost like different spaces, different grassy locations, some with different trees, some with different grass, some with different flowers, and all of them are just strange.
Have I been here before?
You have not, no.
This is okay.
This is the first time that you felt your deity's hand, I suppose, reach out.
So, what's all this then?
You hear kind of a voice, a very soft and gentle voice behind you. And as you turn around, you see, I'll give the description for her real quick once I can find it. There it is. You see a woman wrapped in twilight. Her silhouette barely distinguishable from the light that you can see. It's dark in here, and yet also like you can see everything. It's very strange. You're not quite sure what the lighting is in this room, but as she stands there, you see that she does have a light that flows around her. It does not blaze. It is not a glorious flame. It is a simple, soft glow. It is soft and relentless, like the ember of a candle that simply refuses to die, no matter how cold the wind or how strong it may be. She wears robes of what appears to be gray linen and burnt gold frayed at the edges, trailing embers around her feet that vanish before they even touch the ground. Her skin is a warm bronze, weathered but unmarred, as if kissed by firelight every night for 1,000 years or more. Along her arms are faint glowing lines, like veins of gold beneath her skin. They are subtle, but they are pulsing with life. They are similar to your chest, just more fleshy. Her hair flows down her back in a long, thick braid of dull copper and soot, weirdly enough. They're tied at intervals with simple iron bands, which you recognize as the very look of them makes your skin crawl. They're interwoven in the strands are tiny candles, no bigger than a fingertip, but each of them are lit, and they are not burning with smoke. They are simply dancing flames. Her eyes, however, are where everything seems to stop. They are not stars, they are not suns, they are not grand events that you can see that you might expect from a deity. Instead, the only thing that comes to mind when you look into her eyes is that they seem to be a flame of a dying hearth, steady and tender and everlasting, but never roaring. When she looks at you, you seem to feel as though she is looking not just at you, but everything that encompasses you. And on her brow rests a crown of molten wax. And in the center of it, just like the tiny candles in her hair, is a single, unwavering flame. Even the cold chill that runs past you from the wind does not seem to bother it in the slightest. You can tell just by looking at her, she is not a goddess that revels in glory or standing in the spotlight. Instead, she is simply a goddess that persists and that lasts. And she will be here when there is nothing more, and she has been here since the first thing that has started. And she looks at you, and she gives you a very soft smile. She gives you a very gentle look. And she says, "This is the first time I have gotten to interact with someone I have chosen. You are interested."
And how many of us are chosen? Also, do I recognize her? Like her description. Do I recognize her?
You
Specifically, no.
You would very vaguely recognize her. you have not heard about her for so many years that the name is difficult to remember, but especially with her look. She has a bunch of different titles that you recall. The Candle and the Ash is one that you remember quite fondly. The Mother of Flame, the very last light. She is a goddess whose domain used to be rebirth, like a phoenix, as was her symbol, as well as a half-melted candle. She used to have domain over memory, light, and endurance, as well as secrets that she used to hide. Her name is Senyara, the last light, and is odd to see her. You kind of expected that she would exist at this point in time. Her entire existence is I don't die, but to the best of your knowledge, especially when all the gods had left their domains, and they had been pulled out, any who remained upon the material plane or decided to stay, not quite lost their powers, but had them ripped apart, basically. So her being here is strange. She also does not have even slightly the amount of power you would expect from, especially one as old as she is. She makes you look like a toddler.
Yes. How many of them are there, then?
Not many. I choose one every couple of centuries, depending on necessity for it, or those that I think should be taken care of. You are not one I had originally decided to take upon, but I felt like it was necessary.
Right. And you remained. I watched them leave. Why didn't you go?
I persist. Simple as
But
that.
of course. And that's all there is to it?
Indeed. I had more power a long time ago, but I could not keep it if I wished to stay here, so I hid. I released most of my power, holding myself down to the very lowest, smallest embers that can possibly live upon a fire. I am not quite here, so to speak. My power only extends so far to save one that I can every now and again. I am a flickering
But why
candle.
me?
Why not?
I would have been at peace. I would have known peace.
But at the same time, you wouldn't have.
I would have been free. From them, from everything. And you took that from me. You took that choice. Why?
Your heart called out to me. You wanted to persist, is the best way I can label it. Your heart burned like a gentle candle, and I simply could not watch it be snuffed apart. I can take it back if you'd like. I can let you falter and fall at any moment. The candle can be snuffed out if you so choose. I do not hold you here because you have to be.
It's too late for that. There's too much to be done now.
She smiles, and it's a very sad smile. And she says, there is always too much to be done. That is why I am here. But you are not alone. You never will be.
No. I'm trying to think of the right questions to ask, I suppose.
You may ask any that you decide to.
There are a great many questions one could have for a god who remains. But for now, you have endured through everything. The goo,
The goo.
the black ooze, the byproduct of the gods that persists.
Indeed.
Where is it coming from?
When the gods all left, they gave two things to the world. They gave gifts. The elder tree, the hammer forge.
I respectfully, my lady, I know this. I'm asking not where it comes from in general. I am asking where the ooze that we are dealing with now specifically is coming from.
Mm.
It seems to me that there are a great many evils working in the shadows at the moment, and I would very much like to remove them.
There are indeed. The ooze that you are currently dealing with, the one down beneath the bowels of a harmonious haven, the town that you have found your dwellings in. It comes from an old god, one that had spite and hate for everything that lived upon this world. It died beneath that city, and its existence, its form, its mortal plane that it decided to exist upon, I suppose, turned into a liquid, a disastrous and volatile liquid. They're in other places as well, either things left behind by spiteful ones or sadness that was pulled away, but this god in particular, he wanted to find a place to rest, to give up the hate he held for the other gods, the hate he held for the one above all. That hate does not fade, and he carried it to his grave.
I see. Then, one final question, my lady. Does she know that I yet live?
No, she does not. Not yet.
I suppose that is a blessing.
Mm.
I was worried with the boosted magics I displayed and then my recent manifestations that she might have noticed.
No.
But
However, there are other of your kind that have seen you. They have hidden it from her, but they have seen you.
Where? When? Who?
As to who, I cannot say, unfortunately. My powers do not work far beyond the mortal plane, only that which I have been able to witness. As to when, well, the old man that you had encountered, you can only push so far until you are revealed in some way, shape, or form.
Stupid bastard. I see. I'll be more careful in the future, I suppose. They hid it from her?
Yes.
Who would dare? It doesn't matter. I'll be more careful. I suppose am I able to call upon you in the future at will, or is this something that will happen only infrequently?
It will be infrequent, to say the least. My power
I
to
understand.
communicate with you is dwindling at best. And you see she does flicker her the embers that make up the bottom of her her feet and such are practically disappearing. But she goes, I don't usually interact. It's not what we're able to do. To commune with those who serve us used to be something that we took pride in and passion with, but the longer that we've made ourselves known, the higher risk that the one above all will see.
I see. Then I shall cherish this moment. How tall, comparatively, is she to Mel?
Mel's what, 6'1", 6'2"?
It's like around like over 6 feet. Yeah.
Okay. She is around 5'7", I would say.
Then Mel will sort of step close and just press her forehead against the goddesses.
Okay.
And again, she goes, I will cherish this moment, for however fleeting it might be.
She smiles and she simply says, to endure and to live longer than everyone else, to survive when all else falls and fails. It is as much of a curse as it is a blessing, and I do apologize for the life you have had to endure.
For what it is worth. Even if I did not wish for it, I have helped those like me. Not like me, but like me. So, for that, I can only say thank you.
Your journey has yet to finish, child, and I will be here every step of the way. You are the only one that I have, how would you say, connection with right now. The only one of your generation that I have bonded with.
I see. I suppose I should probably wake up.
Indeed. Time has passed quite quickly for you, as it has for your friends.
I shall see you eventually, I assume, but until that day, thank you.
She nods, and you see her form like slowly start to dissipate, and she says, thank you, child. Use your powers wisely.
Is that what that feels like? Oh.
Yes. Use your powers wisely and take care of those that you shelter. You never know when they fade.
I shall.
And she just dissipates, and the scene in your left eye just fades to black.
Mel sort of opens the eye and wipes away a couple of tears, and then sort of stands up and dusts herself off. I was going to ask her about. Well, it's fine. Because I assume it's like early morning now, so she'll make her way down for breakfast, in quotes.
Yep. So at this point in time, all y'all have either slept in or y'all have like really, kept yourselves asleep or such, especially with how long and tiring the previous day was. So it's about crack of dawn-ish, about 6, 7 o'clock in the morning or so. It's quite a long sleep for most of you guys. But you all kind of wake up. Mel heads down stairs for breakfast. Damien, you wake up to Callista's hand in yours and her arm leading down under the bed.
I do have a question. He immediately, he's got the one hand, of course. I'm assuming he's got the other hand over his chest. He's gonna immediately check his other hand.
You do, in fact, have the crystal.
Oh, fuck. He's gonna jolt up, like, straight up sitting. And like, hard
Callista,
gasp.
you feel your head ram into the bottom of the bed.
Wait, what? My internet cut out and all I hear is, Callista, you feel your head ram into something.
I mean, he probably doesn't. Well, she's holding onto his hand pretty tight. Probably,
yeah.
So yeah, that works.
You have a
Damien
sleep
just
grip
sits
on
the
him.
fuck up really quick.
Yeah. Damien sits up super fast, and your sleep grip on his hand causes you to go upwards, and your head bashes into the bottom of the bed.
You just hear like a oh.
Just sorry. And he tries to let go of her hand. I don't know. He's Are you okay? I'm sorry, dear.
You couldn't just soak me to wake me up.
I was not. I had a bit of a nightmare. I'm sorry. That was unintentional. Are you okay? And he's gonna like check her forehead and make sure like there's no like bruises or nothing. And he's like brushing her hair back from her forehead. I'm like, are you all right? I'm so terribly sorry.
I'm all right. I'm fine. Callista's she's doing quite well. A little knock like that is not too... She's surprisingly sturdy.
It does not stop him from worrying.
Okay.
He's like fawning over her a little bit. Like
we have a helicopter parent, Damien.
I'll make sure you're okay, kiddo.
And he's gonna, after like making sure she's okay, he looks back down at the crystal at his hand and he's dumbfounded.
What's that you got there?
It's
tiny.
Be careful. It could explode and probably flatten this. If it is what I think it is, it could level this tavern. Let me
And why are you holding it?
I don't know. I woke up with it in my hand and it was in my dream, which I'm just gonna put this very carefully. And he's gonna get out of bed and go right to the bag of his briefcase of holding and gently put that in there.
Do we want to like wrap it before we put it down so it doesn't, No.
Boom! It cannot explode in here. This is a magical briefcase.
Has anyone ever told you that you're a strange fellow, Damien?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good, because I've also been told I'm strange.
Did you sleep okay?
Yeah, I slept pretty well, actually.
Aside from
I think my heart stopped briefly, but other than that, I'd say I had a pretty good night.
Sorry. Did you... Your heart stopped?
I think.
Do you want... Huh?
What?
Are you saying it in a dream or like literally like in real life?
I'm not completely sure, to be honest. If I still feel slight tingles in my hands, so I think it was real, but I also dreamed it. So maybe both. Do you know if it was stormy last night?
It was not while I was out. I'm gonna make a medicine check. I went out to it's nothing. Where's my medicine? There we go.
Must be a boy thing.
No.
And Callista does not elaborate.
Okay, I rolled an 11.
I love how that looks like a 16 on the screen. Very strange. Wait, you rolled an 11? So you kind of like, check and like pat her arms and check her fingertips, make sure, they're not like...
Looking at her pupils.
Yeah, make sure she didn't like kill someone or die or something of that sort. And you check
Pupils
her.
dilated because friend is nearby.
Yeah, and she seems to be fairly healthy. If anything, she's more healthy as she was last time that you checked her over.
I mean, your heart's still going, so you're fine. Rather concerning that we both had dreams that seem to manifest themselves in the waking world. We should perhaps go check on the others.
Man.
Oh, hello?
Oh. There we go. Oh, sorry about that. My internet went down.
Okay.
I was very. I saw the thing was like lit up. And I'm like, is she okay?
No, the last thing I said was pupils dilated because friend is nearby, and then my internet just perished.
Damien, well, he said, I find it rather concerning that both of us had dreams that seemed to manifest when we woke up, so we should probably go and check on the others.
Yeah, I don't think some of the other members of our party will be as relaxed about those sorts of dreams.
Probably not, no. So let's,
Maybe we should make Penny some scrambled eggs instead today. You know,
I don't know if Gold
he
Scent
like
will allow
scrambled
you
eggs?
into the kitchen, but it's worth a shot.
Huh? He said I'd needed to be allowed into the kitchen.
He starts chuckling. He's like, you know what? You're absolutely right.
Rules
And I
only
guess
vaguely
they're gonna
apply.
go downstairs.
Cool.
Callista goes on her merry bastardess way.
Fair enough. Grail and Ortus, both you are roughly awake about the same time as this is all going on. Do you two talk with each other as you get up for the day, or?
I think Grail would normally not. He would just sort of like wake up, do his exercises and stuff.
Mhm.
But when he is awake and he sees Ortus is awake, he will simply walk over to him and say, "How fare you this morning, comrade? Feeling up fine after last night with the drinking and combat."
Comrade. Ortus?
Fuck, I keep forgetting I can mute with 2 buttons, and I always do mute with 2 buttons. I was speaking it like the whole time.
I was really curious.
I did this last week as well.
It's like, is he mute on purpose, or?
Nah, mate, I'm alright. You got a bit shit-faced, didn't you, last night?
It's been some time since I last drank. Turns out that I don't quite have the tolerance I used to. More careful in future.
Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. I don't know. Ortus is just gonna head downstairs afterwards.
Fair enough. Yeah, Grail, you see Ortus in a strangely talkative mood. Just kind of get up and just start making his way. I don't know if you would find this strange or relaxing.
Very interesting role reversal here.
Yeah.
Ortus is the one who's got no interest in talking, and then Grail is the one who is now making this effort to be a little more personable.
Yeah. Grail's just
But I
like,
guess
damn
she'll
it,
just,
my only friend.
Grail is just going to assume that he has done something wrong because he doesn't know how to make small talk. His
almost as
whole
if-
approach to... Go, what was that?
I was gonna say, wow, it's almost as if each of our characters has been given, like, a specific thing to guide them on their forward and to be more in tune with the group. Like, that's so weird that happened, that we were all kind of like...
Crazy how nature do that.
Yeah. Reflecting on ourselves and how we
crazy,
fit in.
I know,
That's so
right?
crazy.
Or Toos is just shook. You did nothing.
I mean,
Grail
for
did
Mel, it's
nothing
completely
wrong.
normal.
Yes,
Yeah, I think
Callista's
Grail
advice
is-
of be feral, go wild.
I was going to say, Grail's Grail's approach, or Grail's talent and charisma largely is around being serious, rallying groups, being a leader, and when it comes to being really personable, like one-on-one, being open and genuine, this is something that is very deliberately strayed away from. Half because he doesn't want to get close to people when his entire motif is revolution. He's seen comrades die and knows not to get close to them. Also because he doesn't believe himself deserving of having that kind of relationship. He doesn't believe in genuinely almost any kind of self-indulgence, which extends to friendships and relationships. So when he is now, despite being generally charismatic, he is completely out of his depth with something as simple as small talk. He's now reflecting upon this and thinking that he must have done something wrong.
Damn, my only friend hates me now.
So you're saying he would be like, immediately wakes up, so how's the weather? There's no windows and we haven't been outside. What are you talking about?
His logic at the moment is probably like, perhaps I was too forward. Perhaps I should have opened with something less concerning. Perhaps triggered from events of the night before.
I love
Or does
that.
one engage more correctly with their comrades? He's
Yeah.
now sort of thinking about that and trying to figure out what he should have done differently instead, but he will not say anything.
Cool. You guys both head down as well. Everyone kind of sees each other as you guys all get down. Obviously, Mel was first, followed by Callista and Damien, and then Grail and Ortus. So you guys just all kind of there. I assume, Callista, you just like beeline past everyone directly for the kitchen?
Oh yeah, Callista, she was basically dapped up by her god and said, go Gregor, go. So she is going to that kitchen.
Yeah, fair enough.
Damien is going to immediately take the seat next to Mel, but he doesn't say good morning. He doesn't say anything. He sits there and just kind of stares at the table.
Does anyone respond to Damien's strange quietness?
Should we not stop her from the kid? And she's gone.
Like, the moment you speak up to question where Callista's going, she's like a dog chewing something that she's not supposed to. She just pauses and then bolts towards the kitchen.
No,
Naming of a dog with something they're not meant to have is very fitting. Immediate mental image.
Off she goes.
Hey, what do you got? What do you got? What's in your mouth? Drop it.
Back here.
What is in your mouth? Spit it out. Spit it.
That girl.
What have you got? A knife? No!
What are those?
Can you smell what the Janasi is cooking?
I really hope I can't, actually. Mel kind of looks at Damien for a moment and goes, so I take it didn't go well with Penny?
He nods and doesn't elaborate. He's just very subdued.
Well, I'm going to go find our wayward daughter before she gets herself into any more trouble.
As you say this, we're going to pivot over to Penny.
Cut to Penny.
Yeah, Penny, you've woken up. It's about the same time as the other ones, a little bit past dawn and stuff like that. But you wake up, you're feeling a little bit more refreshed than you were the previous night, and it's kind of you're feeling a little bit more pumped and stuff. What are you doing? How's your mind going?
So Penny wakes up. She's kind of just like, that was kind of a great sleep. Like, I mean, there was there's some bad times, but like I could me and my new like extra guardian person gonna help protect the group. Like we did good. And oh yeah, I fucked up. I fucked up a lot yesterday. And she just kind of sinks down onto the ground.
God, I hope she finds the snack that Damien left her. I want that to. Oh my god.
She just kind of lays on the ground for a moment, looking up at the sky. And she's like, "Oh, what do I do? What if? What if what I was dreaming was right? And like, I'm pushing this to be something else. But like, I really do enjoy them. I don't like. I don't think I scared any of them. Like, they're not gonna leave me. And if they're not gonna leave me, I shouldn't just leave them. So, what do I do?" And she'll get up and she'll start pacing. She doesn't know what to do. She knows she messed up like a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do I go back or do I just leave? If I go back, I gotta apologize. How do I do that?
Poor Penny.
Yeah, so she doesn't know what she's doing.
Fair enough. All right. Well, in that case, Mel, are you going to be heading outside of the tavern to find her?
Yeah, Mel will make her way out of the tavern and start making her way towards the forest. She assumes that's where she's gone on the basis that, like, Penny wouldn't go into town, and the only other place would either be, like, around the tavern or in the forest.
Fair enough. Yeah, you start heading down that way. You probably wouldn't be, like, the most noticeable person, but you're fairly noticeable, especially when you're not trying to hide and stuff. So Penny, you would 100% probably see Mel before she would see you, especially since, you've been in tune with the forest for a while and been listening to the sounds of it. So you would 100% both see and hear her long before she gets to you.
Oh no. She'll kind of go a little further and she'll do kind of the same thing. She'll climb up into into another tree and just pretend to go back to sleep. She just doesn't know what the fuck to do, and she doesn't want to face it right now.
Fair enough.
We need a dog.
Valid.
It probably wouldn't be particularly difficult for you to find where she crawls up a tree and stuff.
Yeah.
So you eventually, like, you kind of wander a little bit, and then you see, like, the telltale markings, obviously, of someone who's run up a tree. And you just kind of see her looking like she's napping on one of the branches, just in the tree,
I mean, she's known before. She's called me out before on my fake sleeping. Like,
This
why
is
not
true.
this time too?
She you can kind of tell. I mean, she's debatably sleeping.
Let's see. Let me just check the range on something real quick. Yeah, okay.
And guiding bolt your ass to the ground.
No, okay. Yeah, okay, that does work. Awesome. And the range on that is okay, cool. How high is this tree?
Less than 15 feet.
Fantastic. Good morning, Penny. Are you coming down, or am I making you come down?
Penny's faking asleep.
All right, well, that's fine. I guess we'll just wake you up then. And I will cast Create Water, creating a 30-foot cube of rain over Penny.
You just feel just rain just start pouring down on you.
Hey, it's fair.
Consumes a spell slot.
Should kind of just like startle. Yeah, no, hi, hello. Who is it?
Good morning.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
All things considered, not bad. How are you, Penny?
I've been worse.
I can imagine. How long does this last? It doesn't actually say. I assume it's just 6 seconds then.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Quick douse of awake water.
Yeah, it's instantaneous, so yeah.
I couldn't throw a bucket up there, so like, it's the next best thing.
Mel's just like, be grateful it doesn't burn your flesh.
Yeah.
Well, she doesn't know about that yet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Damien did come in with burnt flesh.
Oh, that's true.
And with
yeah,
sopping wet.
she did put 2 and 2 together. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, are you going down for breakfast?
Penny just has a smile on her face. She's like,
Sure, yeah. I mean, if, yeah.
and she'll climb down.
Once she's like within grabbing range, Mel will very gently but firmly take Penny's hand and start leading her back to the tavern. Now, Penny, sweetheart, darling,
Yeah.
you are going to have to apologize to Damien.
Okay, yeah, but like I don't know how, and I don't know why I did. Like it
Well,
just happened.
there's actually I only discovered this like roughly 300 or 400 years ago. But you mortals have 2 words actually for apologizing. I believe that I'm sorry.
I feel like that would not be enough. But
It's a good start.
You know what? Maybe I can just wait. And she'll try to pull her hand out.
No, she's Mel is dragging her.
Okay, but like I don't want to.
You don't want to what?
I don't know if I don't know
Are
if
you
I want
sorry?
I mean, yeah. I've been.
Then that's all that matters. Come on.
Yeah, okay, but like this is probably like this is the first time I've apologized.
I pick Penny up and start carrying her back to
I'm
the
stronger than you.
Probably, but Mel's still gonna try.
Attempts to bridal carry Penny. She's just like, you come on, wait. Just work with me.
Stop struggling. We are going back to the tavern. We are going to have breakfast, and then we are going to talk to Lord Moraine.
Oh God, we still have to do that too.
It's fine. I've already had a conversation with him. I've smoothed the path. I've reminded him of his fatherly duties.
Okay, but before we like just go back in there, like can you listen to me for a second?
Of course. What would you like to say?
Like I know you said like you mortals have 2 words that you usually say. I'm sorry.
Yes, that's what I said. Yes.
Yes. So, but is that really gonna work? I literally heard him. Like I did it. I did that. And even before when I've wanted to apologize to people, like they usually just left me. So I've never had to do this before.
You know, look, we've known Damien for a few days now, plus the week or whatever we spent in the cell, right?
I mean, that's usually when people start to leave me.
Well, have we left yet?
I think you probably might start.
I very much doubt that.
Why? Because of the contract?
No. God, no. Because we're what's the word? Adventurers use the same word for a party. That's the word. That's the one I'm looking for. We're a group. We're friends. We're getting there. Maybe not Grail.
All right. Hang on.
He's friend material.
Grail just feels
Grail
his
starts
ears
sneezing
burning.
uncontrollably at the table.
But we're in this together. I can
you say
assure
so.
you, I'm not leaving you anytime soon, and neither is anyone else. I'll make damn sure of it, if anything. Now, is there anything else you want to say before we go inside?
I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Please don't make me do it.
No, okay. I carry Penny inside the and then, like, place her down and then stand in
Not in
front of the
front
door
of
so she
everyone!
can't leave.
all y'all just see like the door open and Mel just bringing Penny in bridal style, staring her.
Damien did not even look up from the table.
Oof.
His back is to the door.
Oh, my heart.
Penny awkward smiles. Hi. Hello.
Had battlefields that had less tension than this.
Yeah.
Reason for any tension. I believe Callista is in the kitchen right now. I'm not sure if Miss Goldscent is aware of that or what she's getting up to in there, but I'm sure we'll have some sort of a breakfast fairly soon.
You just hear pots and pans clattering and like an evil laughter.
Yeah, no, I
Yes,
should
I would
I should
still
probably
rather
go
be
help with
in.
that. I can help with that. Yeah, that's
No,
something I can
no,
do.
Penny,
Yeah,
no, no, Penny, no.
Yet I would still rather be here than in there.
Am I gonna have to do a roll to see if I actually chef it up in the kitchen?
Yeah, give me a performance check.
Nat 20.
Let Penny
nat
assist.
20,
Solid-
nat
Roll a
20.
dexterity save.
What about survival? I think we're gonna have to roll survival.
Give me
And
that
that'll be
nat
after
one.
we eat the food.
It could
I
have
mean,
been
it's
worse.
not
My
bad. It's
roll-
not good, but it's not bad.
You know, it could have been much, much worse.
Oh, that's for sure. Yeah. So,
This is true.
It's edible, but
It's
maybe
only
not
slightly
tasty.
below average.
yeah. So you guys
You know,
just
the eggs are
hearing
scrambled and there's no shell in it.
impressively, yeah. So you guys just hearing like
Hey,
pots
that's
and
food.
pans banging. You're hearing like stuff cracking. You also hear God, what the fuck was her name? Golden Scent?
Gold scent.
Gold Scent, thank you.
Gold
You,
Scent.
you hear Gold Scent every now and again just shouting and going like, you get, no, you do it this way. And like every now and again you hear like a pan banging, but it's clearly someone banging a pan over Callista's head.
I feel like
What, you
towards
mean
the
like
end of it,
this?
Goldson will be just pleading. Like, please.
I can really go help. I can really go help.
You can go help in a minute. God, I've herded cats more efficiently than this. Just
Does it?
do it, and then you can go help Goldscent deal with whatever apocalypse is forming in the kitchen.
Okay. Sorry, Damien. Then she'll just kind of scoot off. I said it.
Nothing really
No,
to
you said
apologize for.
You said half.
It's fine,
of it,
it's fine.
Fine.
He looks up and gives her a smile. It's a little bit forced, but he's still smiling at her, and he's like, kind of waves. It's like, honestly, I don't know what I was thinking approaching like you like that at night, and knowing what I am, You used what I gave you. Oh, you needed to. I understand.
No, it was wrong. It was wrong. I know it was bad. I did a lot of bad things. Like, I'm just gonna go to the kitchen. I'm going to the kitchen.
She'll go see what the disaster is that Callista's.
I love the idea that Grail and Ortus are just like sitting there across from Damien, and they're just like very awkwardly like looking between each other.
Damien will look
You
up to
perhaps
Mel.
know what is going on here.
It was I startled her last night, and she defended herself with the holy water that I gave to her earlier.
I'm sure
it was honestly not much of a problem.
Exactly what happened. Now, Grail, Ortus.
It wouldn't have been the first time, so it's fine. It's more of a shock than anything.
That is a concerning sentence. Grail, we're gonna loop back around to that at some point, Damien. Grail, Ortus, how are you two feeling? I recall you drinking quite a bit last night.
I'm fine.
Head's a bit sore, but that's about it, mate.
Oh. All told, could be worse.
Did anyone have any strange dreams?
I don't dream.
Right.
So, no.
Nah, don't know what you're on about,
complained that her heart stopped during the night and that she woke up with tingly fingers. I also had a strange dream and woke up with something that should not exist anymore in my hands, which is very alarming. So I was... Hopefully none of you have also experienced a sort of dream that manifested itself in some way, but
Nothing of that sort. I had a dream which in itself is unusual for me. However, it is not. I had attributed that to merely the stress of the day before. It's usual for our minds to process things in dreams after a particularly stressful day.
But if
it's
unusual for you, and
you manifested an item for sleep.
Fair enough. Ortus?
Interesting.
Did you have any I mean, you don't have to... Obviously, you don't have to share what the content of your sleep was like, but I find it concerning that many, if not all of us, have experienced something weird last night.
I did. But I am not comfortable saying it, so...
Oh, yeah, absolutely not. But... That's alarming that we've all... I don't know about you, Mel, or what Penny might have dreamt of last night. But it seems like, that happened.
Well, that just happened.
Literally, like, he's just like, I might have my mom? Question mark?
This is a awkward moment.
Have your mother?
He did. That was me.
That was not in character.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh.
I might have just spectrally summoned my mother from beyond the nine to like the nine hells and pulled her into a crystal. It's fine.
Well, yeah. Jesus Christ.
You all right there, DM?
Look, sometimes I have a stroke. Okay, it's fine. While y'all are discussing what y'all the dream states and stuff like that y'all able discuss, Penny, you very quickly hurry your ass into the kitchen, both to potentially stop the murder of Callista, but also to be as little awkward as possible. You mosey on your way like a beeline to hell as you step through the doors. And you just see, like, Callista standing over what appears to be some kind of, like, scrambled egg concoction with like pancakes to the side / in the scrambled eggs. You're not quite sure how she managed to make it, and it's a big mess around. And Golden Scent is currently just beating Callista with a rolling pin. She's like, no, you can't mix it. No.
Callista has like a pot on her head and a pan in her hands, and she's like, "I hate Penny. She said I was doing stuff wrong and started batting me with something wooden. So I've got my defenses up. I didn't realize this would happen. Since when is cooking so violent? Why do you do this?"
Well, I mean, if you try and make like meat, like sometimes you have to kill the animal in order to like it. Anyway, what are you trying to do?
I heard of this thing called a pancake.
Mm-hmm.
So I tried it, and then she said no. So I kept trying, but apparently I tried to do what she said, but she said no, and then clonk.
Do I see anything particularly wrong with how the pancakes and eggs look?
No, but the fact that she managed to make pancakes and eggs in the same pan is both a testament to impressiveness and confusion at the same time, because you weren't entirely sure that was possible.
Are they
You
small
bite
pancakes?
into the pancake and it's actually just an omelet.
They
Egg-filled
smell
pancake.
edible.
That explains it.
I don't know if I can fix it. Can I make it better?
Look, I haven't cooked before, okay? I farted. I don't know what I'm doing.
I think you did okay. I mean, like, I can tell what it's supposed to be and everything, and you know,
Penny will reach over and grab a pancake and take a bite. Does it taste weird?
It tastes extremely bland. There's no proper flavor to it. It tastes like you would expect air to taste like if it had a solid form. It's not bad. It just doesn't exist.
Put some maple syrup. Are you saying that I made contradictory pancakes?
You made pancakes that somehow have no flavor to them.
I made air pancakes. Those pancakes are made of her.
Oh my fucking god! I made Schrodinger's pancake.
Did you use magic to make the pancake? It's fine. We'll fix it.
Oh,
they just need to.
She tried to get me to follow a recipe, but I didn't understand what language it was in.
You were supposed to add literally any form of spice.
What's this?
The recipe was written in common.
Okay, hold on, DM. I'm sorry, spicy pancakes? Excuse me?
Salt counts as a spice.
Maybe a hint.
Who are you eating salty pancakes?
Who knows?
I have a lot of spice in all of my
pancake
food.
batter.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Like a pinch to make the sugar more sugary. What the fuck do you mean? What?
Imagine Callista didn't add sugar either.
It was just all salt.
It's all just like flour, milk, and eggs. Yeah, flour, milk, and eggs. That's all they are. You need to slap some jam on it or something. It's blander than bread.
Here, let me show you. I'll show you how to make pancakes. How about that?
I would like that very much.
And
You're
then you
not
won't need
gonna
to know
batter
recipe.
me with wooden utensils, are you?
No, I don't think so.
That's
you
my
call
job.
off this. Please leave me alone.
I'll deal with the mess and everything. Golden, you can just I guess, relax.
She looks at you, and you realize in that moment, you don't think she understands the concept of the word relax.
Why don't you get a roast ready for tonight or something?
That does sound pretty good, actually. Yeah, all right. And she just throws the rolling pin behind her. And she just starts working around the kitchen.
How did that work?
I don't know. Don't question it. And then she'll start like gathering the ingredients. This is what
Get
you do
me out of here,
first.
Penny. Save me.
No, you wanted to learn pancakes. You're going to learn pancakes. I'm going to teach you. Because you know
The
what?
kitchen-
When someone
the
wants to
kitchen is a
learn something,
battlefield, and
Mel,
I'm
I will
unprepared.
teach them.
I love that. Hey, you guys just hearing
Like
that,
I've been
just like
sent to
through the
war
doors.
without armor.
It's fine. You're fine. It's okay.
All right.
Do you want to learn the pancakes or no?
Yes, she will learn pancake.
Yes.
Yes.
You
I
have
will
now
learn
learned the cantrip pancakes.
Yes.
Cooking mini game.
Pancake, singular. You have to cast it at a higher level to make more.
God damn it! No, the pan's only big enough for a singular pancake. Callisto would be the type to make a pancake one singular pancake with all the batter.
That's Grail's pancake. You just fill it full of protein, and it's just one single
Is that
like
why it's so
3-stack high.
Ironically, if you serve the pancake up to Grail, I was going to compliment your cooking.
You call it the bland cake?
Oh my
Don't
god.
say it because he believes he doesn't deserve sugar. No.
Greel's getting the bland cake. We're giving Greel the bland cake. Everyone else gets like a pancake, whereas Callista gives Greel the bland cake out of spite, and then he's like, "Damn, this is good. This shit good."
This shit actually
Unexpected
ironically, he is.
This is gonna be the turning point in their relationship.
And ironically,
This is
he
the
is just
point where
not
he's like,
used
"She
to eating
understands."
anything with proper, like, I don't know, care put into it. It's half, again, like he doesn't try to engage in
Made it
luxuries,
with
but also
love,
half.
not
he's used to-
understanding.
He's like used to eating on the go, like while he is in combat and such, or on the move. So it's just like mostly rations and whatever he can procure along the way.
This
This
doesn't
is just
taste like
exactly what he is used to.
this doesn't taste like ass. Damn.
Just tastes like air.
All right. Well, I appreciate you all for joining. We're gonna go to my end screen here real quick.
Yeah.
As we are now ending the episode
it's
for
already
today.
over?
Is
No.
9:20? Yeah.
I know, right? This is bullshit.
No, wait, we didn't even get to play yet. Hold on. One more
It was a
hour.
filler
One more
episode.
hour.
Sadly, I do have dinner to eat, so I sadly cannot. But if you guys
Samuel.
want to check out the rest of the players who are playing this, as always, I appreciate you all for joining me. I appreciate you all for being here. Wazzy is going to be going live, I believe, later today. So if you guys are interested, pop over to his channel. Potentially,
I do not know.
If he's not exhausted, and I swear to God, my boy, if you keep streaming while exhausted, I will personally have Rose come over to your house and beat your ass because I can't. But
I've been
Yeah.
lately. I've
Wait,
not
why am I
been
beating his ass?
appropriate?
We
You need a
talked-
reason? When have you needed a reason?
Whoa.
but we're going to go ahead and do a raid. We're going to go ahead and raid my friend Serenity, because she's raided us a few times in the last couple of last 2 weeks or so. So I want to give her some love. If you guys have not checked out everyone, please do so. If you guys have not seen our end screen before, it was made by the absolutely wonderful Storyastry. She is currently playing some Rusted Moss, trying to get above 100% completion on it. So absolutely go check her out if you guys have not already. She's a wonderful sweetheart, and we do the sister campaign, Tyrant's Wrath, every Friday at 6 p.m. PST, where she plays Ania. We also do a variety of other games on our channel. This week, we are not going to be doing Jump Chain, because unfortunately, Rue is taking over some late night shifts, so she's not able to play, so we're on to postpone that for about 2 weeks. But instead, we're probably going to be playing some Elden Ring instead. Some seamless co-op with my brother. I know it's gonna be great. We're not randomizing it like your weird ass, but we might get there eventually. And then
Starved for
Huh?
energy, attention. I'm just starved for some kind of stimulation in my life. You're very valid for only doing normally.
I know, right? And then I don't
You're so
believe
starved for
we're
stimulation, You
doing.
can stroke your sword lovingly.
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry,
God.
that was Artus.
It was
My bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll leave that to Ortus the master.
But I don't
Master
believe
stroke.
we're doing a session next week, unfortunately, because I think Wazzy, you're going to be out of town. You said.
I will also be
Yes,
out of town.
I'm traveling for work, as much as
Yeah.
it pains me to say.
So unfortunately,
No.
we will be delaying this by another week. So in 2 weeks, we'll be back with King's Kindness. But if you guys are ever sad and wanting some D&D content, we do have our Tables of Tartarus. So you guys are able to watch all of our previous videos at any of your leisure at any point in time. You guys can also catch us, as I said before, on Fridays at 6 p.m. PST for some Tyrant's Wrath, which we just got past a really emotional moment. We're probably going to start leveling up here soon.
There's a big dog.
I know,
Go
a
check
big
it out.
doggo.
Check them
Yeah.
out. There's a big dog.
They got a new doggo
Puppy.
companion. The previous episode, they did 108 damage in one turn to 2 enemies in the exact same point in time and ended the combat in one fucking turn. So watch that shit. It was cool. they have the best. They legitimately have the most impressive party composition I've ever seen in my years of DM.
Wow.
I
Wow,
just
we gotta
remembered
up it up.
something, and I feel silly that I didn't remember sooner.
What was that?
Very quickly, did Pony have a dream?
Did Pony
Yeah,
have
did
a
Pony
dream?
have a dream?
Pony,
still with us, right?
Pony dreamed of spinning.
I love that.
Horizontally or vertically?
Both. Yeah, they went like a full 360 spin,
Wow.
you know.
Rotate that boy.
they're doing the full 360, man. They're doing a whole sphere spin, all right, because it's in their brain space. So they're doing like a spin in every dimension, every way that they can. They are spinning.
Fourth dimension.
Their fourth dimension spinning back through time.
Best possible dream.
I
The best ending.
don't actually know if that.
Spinning.
She says repo, so we're gonna pop over and rate our friend Randy. It doesn't look like she's playing repo unless they added some new mechanics to repo I don't know about. So I'm probably gonna,
Modded repo is crazy.
you know,
Crazy. I was crazy once.
I've never seen repo
Not a
with
rat.
making a
A peach
milkshake,
building rat.
but
In a room,
Hey.
or
with rats.
what the fuck boba tea
That'd be
is.
crazy.
But yeah, so I appreciate all you guys being here, as I said before, and we'll see all of you fine folks next time. Go check out our content for TTRPG streams, our VOD streams, and all the weird stuff that we do. And for everyone who is new here, we do have a Discord down below, and my friend Yuki will kill me if I don't consistently say this, because she has threatened to stab me on multiple occasions.
Whoa.
When I reach 300 followers, I'm going to do a 12-hour live stream from midnight to noon on whatever day I decide, and then I'm going to be canceling the day after. And I'll be primarily playing.
$60 away.
Yeah, and I'll be primarily playing with folks like Wazzy and Rose, who I don't regularly get to play with because y'all are in a fucking different time zone from me, or like Nat and stuff like that.
That sounds like a you problem, to be honest.
Well, you know,
Skill
I'm
issue.
fixing a you
You've over
problem.
here already,
Wait,
come
me
on.
problem. I'm fixing a problem.
I wish you
The
were in
problem
my
is
time
parents.
zone.
I
Alright,
volunteered
well-
to play a game with Sin.
Yeah, game with me, Rev. Missed you. All right, we'll see all of you fine folks later. Have a good night. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
See you.